Welcome to Virtual Mimics and Gimmicks, where a bunch of idiots pretend to know what they're doing and in the process torment me with their vicious mockery. I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master and player punching bag Anastasia. Playing Troy, our half-wood elf ranger with a taste for bear blood, is Sean. We've got Ryan playing Viren, our furball cleric who prefers liquid courage, and Tatiana playing as Poop Hims, our wily tabaxi barbarian. Finally, we have Amanda playing Eravir, our sexy high elf sorcerer with hair and heart of gold. Everyone's good and ready. We're going to jump straight into our recap in 3, 2, 1, go. Last time on Dungeons & Dragons Ball Z, our heroes had set out on a side quest to track down a curious Fey-touched amphibian. After a few days of traveling, they came across a clearing with a pond where they observed what can only be described as a magic salamander throwing a medieval rave. This salamander quickly introduced himself as a Salamancer, a master of magic, except something was very wrong, as his magic was obviously going wildly out of control. Before the party could do anything, they were dragged into a bizarre world that placed them in the middle of unfamiliar stories. At various points, Poofers tried to eat Viren while an angelic query sang Troy's praises. Viren and Poofers tried to cook Eravir and Troy. Eravir tried to sue Dopey over some boots, and Viren and Troy got into a domestic dispute. After making their way through these crazy fairy tales, our heroes found themselves on a floating island in the middle of a rainbow wild magic vortex, where they came face to face with a wildly out of control but extremely oblivious Salamancer. The wild magic began spawning hostile creatures of pure magic energy, which upon being defeated spawned more Salamancers? After a crazy fight full of unpredictable magic and the appearance of multiple Salamancers, our heroes reigned victorious, except now they're trapped in a crazy magical subspace with the Salamancers, while the ground beneath them, their feet, begins to crumble away. How will our heroes escape what will be their most certain magic-y death? Let's find out now on Dungeons & Dragons Ball Z.
Yay!
If I hadn't said it at the end, that would have been perfect. It's okay. We're good. Okay. So, as I had just said, we are currently in the process of seeing the world collapse around you. After you had defeated the last of the rainbowy, ribbony, magical creatures that had spawned out of the out-of-control wild magic, the energy from that creature poured into this well in the middle of a floating island and spawned a fourth Salamancer. Upon the appearance of this fourth Salamancer, they all began to spin around the well wildly as the ground beneath you began to quake, shake, and crumble. And now it is falling away beneath your feet. Previously, several of you had fallen off of this island and had been met with a friendly greeting from the ground, which hurt a little bit. And now that the ground is kind of basically dissolving away, what does that mean if you fall? Anyone want to take an action, or are we letting this happen?
Poofers would like to jump.
You jumping off or in the air?
Just up.
Okay, Poofers jumps.
I would like to jump onto one of the floating Salamancer bubbles.
Are you levitating right now? I don't think so. Oh yeah, that was temporary. That wears off. Yeah.
Good try.
Yeah. Troy, you jump up and reach one of the Salamancer bubbles, and your hand passes right through.
Oh gosh.
Guys, what do we do here? Jump! Everybody jump at the same time, like an elevator, whatever.
Panic. Everyone starts jumping, trying to get things under control as the ground essentially falls apart right underneath you. And you begin falling and falling and falling into a cosmic rainbow void while ribbons of colorful magical energy twirl and twist around you. And above you, where they are still spinning rapidly around this fountain, are 4 Salamancer bubbles, and they're all screaming, magic, magic, very excitedly, completely blissfully unaware of what's going down. And you are falling, and there is nothing to break your fall. And you're falling. And you're just falling some more. Maybe some more.
Guys, we're falling, but it's not weightless, right?
It is not weightless. There's a downward pull.
I'm fine then. I mean, what do we do? I guess.
I want to look. Is there anything around us whatsoever besides ribbon rainbow magic?
Nope, it is just rainbow void.
Try swimming. I try swimming.
Am I still little?
You are still little. In fact, we still have poop hymns around us as well.
Can I?
Swimming.
I just like swim over to Poofers to hop on top of Poofers.
I'd like to fire my grappling hook off into some direction away from my companions.
You fire the grappling hook into the void above you, and it clasps nothing. Okay. That's unfortunate. So you guys just keep on falling for a little bit.
Dimension door. Somebody dimension door. I don't know.
Somewhere
That would be
besides
nice if
here.
I had any magical
Anybody-
left in me, but I don't.
Anybody have any favors with any gods that they could cash in right now?
Well, we do have a couple favors actually, but I don't think they will help here.
We can still see the salamancers, or are we like too far away now?
You're too far away now. They are off into a twinkle of an eye in the stars.
I guess I'll just yell, "Salamander, help us!"
Well, previously we just fell till we hit the ground, so eventually we'll pass the
There's no more
salamanders
ground.
again.
Yeah, you keep falling, and you would have expected those of you who had already fallen off of the platform to have passed the salamanders again, but you're still falling. And after some time, the novelty of it kind of wears off.
Well, this isn't the worst way I could think of to go. It is very colorful.
Hey,
Well-
Biren, you got an extra cup? Because we could be here a while. Okay.
I just need like a thimble full and I'll be good.
I'm gonna have a drink with Biren.
You try and like drink it, and you're falling too fast, and like goes up.
It's like comically like spilling out of my.
Yeah.
I'm now
Ooh,
doing
clever.
like skydiving maneuvers where I'm like
I'm trying to
tumbling
lick
and then
it
I
as it
fan
comes out
out.
of my cup.
Yeah.
I'm totally holding on to Poofers. Little me.
It's not very a nice time for you because I'm tumbling and having a
Little
great
poof
time in
hims.
my skydiving
and
simulator.
Aravir notices that Poofims is distinctly smellier than Poofers. It's got like that.
I have a
grimy-
must.
Hey, Troy.
Poofers, we're gonna have a talk when this is all over about hygiene.
Troy's smelling pretty good right now. So
Yeah, you guys will just have this
Minty.
intense battle. Yeah, Troy does smell very good. But as you're trying to like drink that beer, that minty like toothpaste breath, kind of like. It doesn't.
Oh no!
Oh, like when you drink orange juice
yeah.
after you brush
Yeah.
your mouth teeth.
Yeah. So you're falling for a while. I feel like no one has a watch that functions. I don't think.
I know what time it isn't.
I think you're just falling for a while.
I like to pull a couple things out of my bag of useless things.
All right. See if I can find that table that I always use. Okay. $39. You pull out a pair of gloves, but two of the fingers are, one glove and two of the fingers are missing at the tip.
Uh-huh.
good.
I let that one go and it just kind of like
Maybe
flies
five.
up.
That was a perfectly good skydiving glove, Oofims. What are you
What do
wasting
you
those
need-
for?
What do you need gloves for when skydiving?
You
I seem
then-
visibly confused by the question.
you then get a metal spike that would be used to like lay a tent, but just one of them.
I throw it off into the distance.
It goes and then turns around and starts falling also straight toward you, like an arrow
That's
would if you
nice.
shot it straight up.
That's nice. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so about like 15 minutes pass, you're still falling, and it's kind of like, all right, is this like an eternal thing? Are we gonna starve before we die? Kind of thing.
Drifted
it's
into
as-
space until we eventually stop thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And as you're kind of like finally, starting to consider your own mortality, now that you have all of this time to think about it, and are maybe starting to come to terms with your situation, you start to notice that the very colorful skies around you begin to fade into kind of murky blueness instead of rainbow vibrant whatevers. It kind of becomes a like hovery darkish blue that is a little bit unclear and a little bit loose in its form, like it's not cohesive kind of. And you look around you and see that this sort of atmosphere has surrounded you, so you're not only diving away from it but toward it. Then it starts to get a little bit brighter beneath you, and brighter and brighter and brighter. Before you are able to do anything, you hit the edge of this pocket universe and feel the impact of kind of like a cold slap against you. And you burst through the surface of the water of the pond where you had met the Salamancer. And now it's very quiet and peaceful here as you crash through and land here after you make your noises and whatever. All the little animals that had gathered to party are dispersed. It just seems kind of like a nice, quiet little clearing.
I look down at myself. Am I normal sized?
You are normal sized. Poopers is Poopers again.
Yeah. No more
feels much better. It's so normal
Do I not smell of mint and
Troy.
roses?
Smell of Troy once again.
Which wasn't bad to begin with.
Wow. That depends on who you ask, Troy.
Well, compared to Poof Hymns, I ain't that bad.
Poof Hymns had a musk. Okay, some people find it attractive.
Yes, but you find yourself back into the significantly less magical world that is reality.
Guys, what do you think happened to the Salamancer?
I like magic, but that was a little too much magic for me.
That was the most magic. I don't know if you could get much more magic.
That was like all the magic. I don't.
At once.
Let's not. That, no.
So we spent all this money and just got a really bad trip.
We did get to go skydiving for free.
The Salamancers, to be fair, are nowhere in sight. But shortly thereafter, you hear some rustling in some nearby bushes.
I'm gonna go check out the rustling.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Poofers.
Okay. Are you going up stealthily, or are you just gonna go investigate straight?
I mean, at this point, I don't really care. I just fell for 20 minutes.
Okay. You saunter on over and take a look in the bush. There's a cute little squirrel in there. And then you hear a voice behind you.
What you guys looking at?
I turn around surprised. Whoa!
And behind you is a single little Salamancer who looks to be significantly more in control of the magic he possesses.
Yeah, fun guy. Did you like that?
Could have done without probably 90% of that.
You mean 90% more rainbows, right?
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that. That was wild.
Our magic awesomeness, but we can't handle as much magic awesomeness as you can.
And as you say that, emerging from the waters are 3 more Salamancers.
Hey guys! Imagine that like 4 times. I don't know, magic happens.
And as all of these Salamancers are speaking in perfect unison, they don't seem to necessarily like acknowledge that each other exists or it's like a new thing, or that shouldn't be. They just kind of like exist together, and that doesn't seem weird to them. But one of them has a peculiarity that the others don't. In his leafy beard, there is one leaf which glows particularly a beautiful lightish blue.
Salamancer, what happened to your beard? What do you mean it's always been like this? Hey, Hey, do you guys feel kind of funny a little bit? I mean, I just fell for 15 minutes, but I feel pretty okay.
All things considered, I guess not really.
I do know. I just feel like I'm about to explode into a bunch of rainbows, and before your eyes, the Salamander, all 4 of them, pop into a bunch of confetti, and floating to the ground in nice little curves is that single leaf from Salamander's beard.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I would like to pick up that while wearing a glove.
Okay, you pick it up. It's very warm to the touch.
Does anyone have a vial or a baggie?
I have a nice napkin.
We have a napkin.
I put the leaf in the napkin.
Okay, you fold the leaf carefully in the napkin.
I feel like we should keep this. Maybe we can get some money for it.
What just happened to the salamander? Is nobody concerned?
He's concerned that
That is the least of the weird stuff that has happened to us today.
And in the distance, from some very far off place, you hear Mickey.
And with that, the story of the Salamancers will live on in your memories and perhaps in reality.
Guys, is anyone... I never thought I'd say this, but guys, I'm ready to go back to Redcliffe.
I'm ready
Had
to
enough
not be falling yet.
Fun today.
Okay. Anyone else want to say or do anything? This was quite an adventure you had. Are you guys ready to go?
Are we just not going to talk about the fact that we just had to wrestle somebody for 3 hours and then fall for 15 minutes and then he exploded into confetti? Does this not amaze anybody else? Are we just okay with this?
I just hope that that's what he wanted. Clearly, he had one passion in life, and hopefully it ended okay for him.
What if we run into him again?
I don't think he disliked us. I think that if we see him, we say hi, gots to go by.
It wasn't that easy last time.
Okay, then I'm hiding behind Troy. Meat shield.
Well,
and Troy remembers with some fondness the angelic choir that made him feel so strong and so powerful.
Does one of you magic-y people want to check out that little leaf? Why was that the only thing that stayed behind?
Maybe this leaf is a gift.
Yeah, Troy, you should not come with us for that.
He likes me, though.
He does not like you.
We get along so well.
Okay, I guess we'll look around the little pond place just to see if there's anything of note.
It feels at this time, there's still kind of that like energy that even the non-magic users can feel, kind of starting to fade away. A remnant of what happened here, and something that will be lost to time and memory, only to live on in you and the Salamancers. The pond seems very normal. There are some newts in it, some little fishies. Just seems quite peaceful.
This does not feel at all like it did before. I guess since the Salamancer's gone, all the magic's gone too. All right, magic-y people. Take a look at this here leaf.
If you'd like to investigate the leaf, please roll Arcana.
It's like a choose your own adventure. Investigate better.
Erebir.
Are you sure it's a leaf and not a rock?
Erebir,
it's pretty.
Is scarred by the beard of feathers that she had just moments ago, and wants nothing to do with anything related to beards. Bjorn, are you gonna investigate it? Did you connect the extension? Oh, there we go. 13. You haven't really, like sniff it a little bit. Whatever. Pay some close attention to it and then try to recall what you know of magic. You don't have a formal training in magic per se. You just kind of have it infused into you by a greater power. But you can tell that this is a very, very magical item. And beyond its just immense magicness, there's not much more you can decipher from it. But it's probably worth having someone who's very proficient in the magical arts check it out.
Yes, we gotta take this back to Troy's favorite person.
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear him, but he's not coming through the stream.
That's weird. It keeps muting me. That's super weird.
Maybe that's why they couldn't hear my music either.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. You guys are.
Should we rest up here, guys, at this nice, tranquil, peaceful stream before?
Well, now that I feel like nothing's gonna jump out and throw me into a horrible fairy tale fueled nightmare, yeah, let's do it.
Well, how far are we from our horses and our...
Did we take our carriage with us?
Yeah, you had to leave it behind, like a quarter mile though.
I think maybe...
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, let's go nap in
hike
there.
it back to our stuff.
Okay.
And rest there.
It's there. It doesn't seem like much time has passed. You know, your horses aren't like freaking the hell out or anything.
That's
Well,
good, because we did
all right.
nothing to
Yeah.
set
let's
them
nap.
up.
All right, we'll take a nice long rest.
Yes.
Needed that. It's done cantrips.
And in the morning, you set out toward home. It's a couple days' journey as it was to get there, traveling back from Sethos to Redcliffe. Along the way, you make your typical stops in the villages and everything. And as before, there seem to be just kind of general problems and worries that are prevailing people. But nothing really impedes your way. It's a fairly safe and easy journey. Along the road, you do notice a few more dwarves than usual than you would expect to see. So that's just something of note. And upon the end of the third day, you arrive back in your home of Redcliffe.
You guys see all the dwarves? What is that about? Not usually a whole lot of dwarves around here.
Yeah, that was strange.
Did we recognize any of them? The two.
Especially ugly people.
Yeah, no, you didn't recognize them. You can have talked to one on the road if you so desire.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask him what's up.
Okay. So along the road, you stop a little family of dwarves.
Hotness check.
Family of dwarves. On the family?
No, just the adults. Come
Over
on.
18.
You guys can roll it. I don't have to.
Sick. And 3.
Wow, somebody's out of somebody's league.
All right. Hello, family of dwarves. Yeah, I hope you don't find this rude, but we've seen a lot of dwarves along the way. Are you guys going somewhere? We don't usually see dwarves.
It's been rough back home underground, so we're trying to. Well, a good lot of us are moving on.
Why? What's going on? We actually met a couple of people a few months ago who had left to the city. What was it called? I don't know if I ever asked. Your dwarf city. They were leaving. Is something going on?
Smart of them to get out early. It's been progressively worse. We're quite proud of our heritage. We don't like to disparage it or anything, but there's been some disputes that are affecting our day-to-day lives, and it's a bit healthier to get out right now, I think.
That is extremely vague, but thank you for your input. Would you like to tell us more about your plight and what are the things plaguing your daily lives?
There's been, well, since you were so sarcastic and snooty in your questioning. To
Sorry,
me, someone who's not
sarcastic.
going to spill their life story to a total stranger.
I'm not asking for your life story, but if I'm ever gonna take a vacation there, I kind of want to know what to expect.
Well, we don't let outsiders in, first of all. In fact, we're not allowed back in now that we've left.
Who's being snooty now? Come on.
Anyways, it's been, there's been some political turmoil, some disputes over the throne and the direction that that's going to take our people. A bit of a conflict between tradition and progression. That paired with the ever-increasing danger of the deep roads is making life very difficult for the little guy.
What's
see.
the danger of the deep roads?
There's been increasing monsters,
Drums.
What'd you say?
Drums.
Drums in the deep.
Yes. Actually, sort of. Demons
Ooh.
have started sprouting from hellholes. It's been harder to keep them sealed. The darkness is a path to the underworld, as they say, and while that is largely urban legends, it has some truth to it, and we've been seeing that. And
We just spent a while in the Underdark, and that was not at all fun, but there were no demons, which sounds horrible.
yes,
I'm
and
very
the leadership has been more obsessed with their own power than with keeping things under control.
Very sorry to hear that this has been happening.
Yes, we
Thank you for telling us. That is actually very informative, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, well, we're leaving behind generations of history. Hopefully can start a new life up here.
Are you going to Redcliffe?
He's traveling. You would have seen him traveling in the west.
Away
direction,
from.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
Where are you headed? Anywhere interesting, or you don't know?
We've heard good things about the western world over towards Arsenfell, where it's becoming developed, and they might need stonecrafters of our skill.
Well, we wish you very good luck.
Yeah,
And
good
to
luck.
you, mighty adventurers, and he doesn't seem to recognize your warden status because you have a little pin and everything. But he does have some respect for you. Nods and they
I
can
was
take it away.
snarky.
Yes,
I
you were
would-
snarky.
Like to give each. You said there's 2 kids.
There are 2 kids.
I would like to give each kid 5 gold for a treat.
Aw, that's very nice. They are very excited at this. In fact, they seem very enamored with you. They haven't seen a lot of elves because they're new, fresh from the underground, and calling you very pretty and a nice lady and all that stuff. So
I would like to hand them a leaf. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't hand them that blue leaf. That's mine.
You kids want something wild?
You want a good time?
Buckle up.
As we walk away, I'd like to say to the group, you guys, so I got a letter from my friend at home, and she was saying that basically she was hearing news on the mainland that there was crop failures, monsters raiding houses and villages, and then demons possessing and impersonating men.
Oh, that doesn't sound.
And
I
I
wonder if that has to do.
think there's more than rumors, so I really think that this blight is coming soon.
Yeah, we should
I
probably
really hope I
check
used the
that
right
out.
word.
Yeah, I don't remember what's the right word.
ruin.
Ruin. I hope that this sounds kind of like what we've seen on a much smaller scale with the other things involving the ruins. So we should probably go back to Redcliffe and ask them what's up. It sounds like it's widespread. Maybe we can help.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot going on right now, but I have a feeling that I might have to go home soon to see what's going on in the distant future, not too distant future.
All right. Well, we'll talk to Victoria about it when we get back.
We'll have to drop off the leaf with.
We gotta go. Yeah, we'll hop to Shine Bright and then we'll go to Victoria.
Stick out my
I-
hand to Troy and go, napkin, please.
Don't worry, I can take it to
Napkin,
Oh
please.
my god.
Okay.
Thank you. Maybe you stand in the back.
Sheepishly.
And crouch down. In fact, stay really far in the back, like so far back that nobody can see you.
Okay.
All right, to Redcliffe.
To Redcliffe. Have we arrived? Okay, we've arrived in Redcliffe.
We've arrived.
So I assume that you drop your horses off at the stables, get everything settled, maybe drop your stuff off back at your rooms, and then in the morning head over to Shinebright. Switch over to Redcliffe.
Do we not want to give this to Imbros? Why Shinebright?
He's a magic
Gross
dude.
isn't really magic-y. He's more like cosmos and history and
What about
factual
Harvey?
stuff.
Isn't Harvey technically?
Harvey's more fire. He specializes. I feel like Shinebright just might know the most about the whole super magic.
Yeah. I'd like to
That's
knock
true.
on his window.
It's pretty early in the morning. He's never really his hours outside is like a little plaque, and it says his hours are like 9 a.m. It's like 8:30, and he is not known for keeping to his hours. But you knock kind of aggressively, to really try and get his attention. And there's
he's gonna float your ass for sure.
there's some rumbling on the other side, and the shutters fly open, and still in his nightgown, looking very tired, is your friend Victor Shinebright.
Who should not
I
look
lean on the
anything
window.
like that.
Good morning.
He should look like your stereotypical wizard. Super
Okay,
He
old.
should look
Not
long, gray
hot
hair,
anime
not
guy.
yeah, way too hot.
Dude, if he's hot anime guy, that makes this way easier for me.
Work the charm, Aravir.
It wasn't the image, it was the aura of that cranky don't fuck with me because I hate everyone that I was going for.
Hmm.
Okay?
Can you draw a
It's
beard on him?
happy.
That would make me feel a lot better if you drew a beard on him.
And
Why
make
don't
his hair
you
white.
Why don't you
Maybe I
guys
will.
draw a beard and make his hair white? Excuse me
Just
for
do
putting
it, you will.
hours into the town and getting a picture right.
We digress.
We want
digress.
Okay, I'll fix it. Jesus.
Upsetting our DM right before we're about to hand off some crazy magical item.
Exactly. So he answers the window and says, "Do you have any idea what hour of morning it is?"
I don't, but good morning.
I know what time it's not. Do you want to know?
He is about to say something and then closes his eyes, and you can tell he's mentally counting to 10. 10 seconds later he says, "Our encounters are always so pleasant.
I know. I enjoy seeing you too.
And at times it feels like time flies because I enjoy them so much. So let's make that time fly. What do you need?"
So I got this, and I take the napkin and I open it and I go, magical feather from
A leaf.
Leaf. Thanks.
That's right. Your inspection is a not one. You may think
So
Here's this
from a
rock we
magic
have.
salamander. We went on this super crazy mental trip, magic trip with him, and this was what was left. And I would love it if you could check it out. Tell me what it is, what it does, and what it's worth.
Specifically
So
that last
you
one.
Went on a trip with a magic salamander, and now you have a leaf.
A magic leaf. Yes.
Right.
There's actually a lot more to that story if you're interested.
And
Well-
he kind of goes "Actually, I am interested."
Okay. So let me start from the beginning.
No, I was being
born
sarcastic. I literally could not care less. Why
That's
don't
the
you
Shinebright we know and love.
Why don't you pass that leaf through the transdimensional window, and be careful not to cut your fingers off because I've cleaned up way too many fingers this week and I'm over it.
Have you considered not?
Hey,
Doing
Poofers,
a
why don't
window
you
that
put
cuts
it in the
fingers off?
window?
Okay. And I take the leaf and I push it through the window.
Okay, you push it towards the edge, and then he grabs it from the other side. Says, "Well, mister, since you're so magically inclined, why don't you design a transdimensional window that doesn't chop fingers off?"
I'll work on it.
Troy, I thought you were
Hey.
supposed to be back there.
Troy!
Yes, my favorite person, up front and center to visit his best friend. I see. He grabs his glasses from a nearby table and puts them on and begins inspecting the leaf. Well, I wouldn't say it's novel. I have seen something similar to it before, but not quite in this quantity. This is what you call pure magic essence. It's basically what it's a condensed materialization of the magical weave. So you can use it for pretty much anything magic realm, the magical realm. I mean, if you were to sell it, I think this quantity would fetch you about 5,500 gold pieces. Or you can save it for your own use, or you can give it to someone who potentially needs it. If you have a friend who's trying to perform something difficult. And he's
Can we have it back now, please? Thank you.
Wow, okay. Anything else you need, or can I go back to sleep?
No, thank you for your help, Shine
We have
Bright.
28 minutes until the store opens.
I give Shine Bright 50 gold.
He takes it through the window and then slams it shut.
I lose like a
Always
fingernail.
such a pleasure.
Right.
That's more than we paid for the rock that led us to the Salamander.
Right. But, and while I would love my $1,000 gold back, maybe we hold on to it till we really need the money.
We could. It might help us, too.
Because, I mean, pure magic essence, if we have a spell that we really need to do that's really hard, this might come in really handy.
I agree,
Several
we
of
should
you
probably hold
also
on
know
to it.
people working on magical things.
We do. Yeah.
So I
So-
think we should hold it.
Okay, where do we keep it safe, though?
I
Should
can
we
put it.
bring it with us?
Yeah?
I hold the napkin back out.
I mean, Eravir's
No.
holding it. It's not dangerous to
Every-
hold.
Yeah, no, but you can keep it nice. It is a leaf, you know, and
yeah.
fold it over like into a little envelope shape.
I can put it in my book.
That's a good idea.
In my 50
Hey.
Brews of Pink book.
A 5,000 gold
In my-
bookmark.
Okay. You press it and it's nice and preserved. It has a nice faint glow to it. Just like not like it won't like attract attention if it's in the book or anything, but it's like it has a nice little glow.
Does
um,
it tinkle a little if you like hold it next
Yeah.
to your ear?
It sounds like shimmers and like glitters. Yeah. Cool. So you have discovered what this item is.
Well, okay. Step 1 complete. Should we go up to Victoria and see what's
Let's tell
going
her
on?
about the dwarf parade we met.
Yeah,
the
we
way
should.
back.
Well, we should ask about that, and then we should also ask about what's going on with the ruin, because apparently people are getting possessed, and it's a whole
Yeah, I
thing.
can tell her about what my friend said in the letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
You arrange a meeting with Victoria, the chief emissary of the Wardens, through Harvey, since she has like secretaries instead of being contacted directly most of the time. And the meeting time arrives. You make your way to your office, and she welcomes you inside. Welcome back. I heard you went on a little outing before your next quest. How did that go?
It was a magical time, let me tell you. We ran into more magic than any 5 people could possibly handle for the history of ever.
Well, that sounds like quite a fun time. I'm glad you're still safe and capable. What is it you needed to see me about?
Well, Erevir got this letter from, I don't know who, but she got a letter talking about some bad stuff that's going on in the world.
Do you hand her the letter, or are you just going to tell her the contents?
It-
I'm just gonna share the contents with her.
All right, so if you're going to pick and choose, what specifically are you telling her?
I'm gonna let her know that I received word from my homeland that they're hearing of crop failures, monsters raiding homes and villages, demons possessing and impersonating men, things like that.
She listens with a kind of solemn look on her face, very carefully, and like thinks for a second and nods, and she says, "Yes, we've seen and heard similar things as well. They're not rumors. Those things are indeed happening. And as you know, and ever increasingly the population knows, it's pretty certain that a ruin is coming and coming soon. It's good we've collected as many artifacts as we have, but there's still several that are outside of our grasp.
Yeah, how many are we missing now?
Well, we found Immolation's cage, which was at the Hadante prison. And we also found, or you found, a component of a second artifact, which we've sent a party out to retrieve, the latter half. From what I can tell, they've made good progress and have it in their possession, but have not yet arrived back at Redcliffe, which actually leaves 7 remaining.
Oh my gosh, it feels like we barely made a dent.
That is indeed the case, but the good news is we have several tracking parties out who are on the trail of a number of them. We've found traces of 2 already, so hopefully that will go smoothly. If we have need for your services, of course, you'll be the first to hear. But really, what it comes down to is tracking down ultra, rare, archaic, and incredibly powerful artifacts. It's not that easy. We're doing what we can.
I have a feeling there might be something going on in my homeland.
You think there's an artifact there?
I just know that there's weird things going on, and that might be a possibility. At some point, I would like to go check it out.
Certainly. In the meantime, I would ask your blessing to send some scouts out there to see what's going on.
Okay.
And that gives her.
All I ask is that I am not mentioned to anyone.
Sure, that can be done. We have reason to have entrance there anyways, for the most part.
I wouldn't want to cause any danger to my friends.
Understandable, respectable even. That is a promising lead, actually. If you have any other such leads, that would be more than helpful.
We
Not
did
at
run
the
into a few, more than the normal amount of dwarves you'd expect on the way back to Redcliffe, and we stopped and talked to a family, and they were talking of kind of turmoil back at home, but they had made mention of trouble in the deep, and specifically demons, and not able to hold them back as they once could, which seemed rather troubling as well.
It is indeed. It's actually little known, but the dwarves have quite a profound role for surface dwellers, or in the safety of the surface dwellers, that is. They like to keep to themselves, but they're also the first line of defense against many of the terrors of the deep, if you will. And if they are struggling to maintain those, it could spell destruction, not just for them, but for us as well. We've had an increasing number of refugees arrive here as well. It's not the first that we're hearing of some problems, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have to intervene soon enough. So, should you have an interest in seeing the great dwarven cities, perhaps you might have a chance.
I mean, I don't particularly want to go back underground or into space anytime soon.
Yes, the dwarven city is not quite as deep as the Underdark that you had visited. It's sort of in the middle ground, but the deep roads reach the Underdark and deeper, in fact.
Yes, that's gonna be a no from me for now, because I've been quite enjoying the sunlight. Speaking of which, weren't we supposed to go investigate a new land that's been discovered?
Yes. In fact, your mission to escort the ambassador, Giovanni Crows, is his name.
Of course it is.
Yeah. He's set to depart in about a week, so you have some time to, prepare still, and then you'll be sent out. I think it should be a really exciting trip. Just remember to behave yourselves because you are representing a lot of things. All of Gilead, the King Corn of Gilead.
Do we not behave ourselves?
Let's just make sure we're on our best behavior and give the friendly bird people a good representation of humanity.
None of us are human.
That's what we call the
Troy's
collective.
Almost human.
I appear to be human.
Humanish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that humanity represents everyone, okay? Because it's an easy word for the DM to remember.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Okay. So we have a week. Say, have you heard about where Kai is at all?
Kai. Oh yes, he was related to the other one of your party. I'm not sure where
Magnus.
he is.
He's just eating so much Mexican food from bad restaurants. It's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Anyway.
definitely a courageous move on his part. I mean, wardens have free reign to do what they want unless they're on an assignment. I haven't given him anything.
Just haven't heard from him at all where he's been.
No, I can try and see if he left a record somewhere.
That would actually be very helpful. We've been trying to figure out where he went.
She writes a note and says, "Okay, Harvey will take care of that for you."
Thank you.
Anything else that you wanted to discuss, or if not, then good luck on your adventure.
Thank you for your time, Victoria.
Yeah, thank you.
Always a pleasure. Behave yourselves.
When do we
We
not?
will.
Okay.
Like,
When we leave her office and we're out of town, I say there's a few things that I left out. But
wait, you left out of the letter? Like, there was more?
so I think that my brother, who has now become the high priest of the House of the Sun, and is now was crippled and is now not, has taken over as high priest basically, and is speaking now for the House of the Sun and the Moon, and is become the closest confidant of the Lord King.
Wait, both houses. I know very little about this, but they're not supposed to be run by the same person, right?
No, this is not supposed to be happening. It was a whole scandal when my father decided that the sun god has spoken to him saying that he should marry from the House of the Moon. But now he is speaking for both houses and has the ear of the Lord King, and I think he might have an artifact because
Uh-oh.
I don't know how he would go from cripple to now
Maybe
fully
he got
fine.
a magic leaf from an amphibian.
And now my father is, I believe, dead.
That is a whole bunch of... Wait, why did you leave this out exactly?
I don't exactly want them to put all of the pieces together that I am the...
You don't want the wardens to know who you are. Okay.
In
all
all
right,
of the
that's fair.
details, they may put together that I have the saloon's gifts instead of the...
Lying to the warden.
No, I didn't
How
lie. I
could
just
you?
left out some information because I don't want it to get back to everyone that I have the powers of the House of the Moon and create complete and utter civil unrest.
We should probably keep that under wraps.
So
Also,
that's why I
it
left
sounds
it
like
out.
Trip out there is in our future at some point.
But just want to keep you on the page of what I think's going on.
Well, thank you. I haven't really heard much about your past since we got ambushed by 50 elves. So,
Yeah, I have one really close friend, Anna, and I've been keeping in contact with her through letters, and she's letting me know what's going on, and she thinks that I should come home soon.
To do what exactly?
I'm not really sure. That's why I talked to Victoria about, and I'm glad she's sending a scouting party to just kind of get a lay of the land.
okay. Well, good. I'm glad we might be able to take care of this for you because it sounds like it's a huge mess. Also, your brother sounds like a bad guy.
The
But the thing
holidays
is-
must be terrible at your house.
He's not really a bad guy. I mean, we weren't close growing up. He just stayed in the library mostly and studied, and we both were treated bad by our father, but he wasn't a bad person. And she's saying he speaks of me, so I don't know what's going on. I can't tell. But I know something's going on with Saloon. And I think it might have something to do with my brother speaking for both houses.
Something mysterious in the background. Maybe someone
Yes.
controlling your brother.
I think
Who would do that?
I don't know why, but something's going on and is wrong with Saloon. And she's not communicating it with me. And I don't know if it's to protect me or to protect her. But
Balloon is the moon
the
goddess or sun
moon
goddess?
goddess.
So maybe have you tried asking the sun person?
Pelor?
I-
Sounds like
Yeah.
sounds like he may be
No.
behind this.
I actually hadn't thought of that. But maybe it's worth a shot. I did grow up in the House of the Sun.
I mean, even if he lies to you, if you're able to talk to him, right? You might be able to get something out of it.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, thanks, Poofers.
You're welcome. I'm really good at ideas. I also communicate with the god. Speaking of which, I should probably write him a letter. It's been a couple weeks. He did help us out a little bit.
How is your pink friend?
Oh, speaking of which, I saw somebody here in it was here, right? I
Yes.
think it was in Red
It was in
Cliff.
the cathedral, yeah.
Yeah, at the cathedral, you know, where they have the altars to all the different gods. I saw somebody that with the pink eyes. I don't think it was Doppio, but he might have a follower here. So keep an eye out for those pink eyes, because I want to talk to that guy. Also, I might set up a little altar to him in the cathedral. Put pink stuff in there. Actually, if you had check your pockets, do you guys have anything pink?
Hmm.
I checked my pocket.
I,
I don't know. Do you have anything pink?
No.
I don't even look.
Everything I have is like purple, blue, or silver.
Well, I know what I'm spending my week doing. Poofers is going to go to every single store and search out for pink
Oh my
cheap items, paper clips, paints, stamp, you name it.
Speaking of, you guys secondly have a week of downtime between coming back and setting out. So we'll do that retroactively over text if you want to. Just know that you can't use information from this session to influence what you did over the past week. So, yeah. Speaking of, you do have a bit of time to do some preparations before you set out to just kind of give you and potentially viewers a general overview of where you're headed. There has been a bird people island discovered quite a bit off the coast of southern Gilead. In an attempt to kind of establish diplomatic alliances, or at least peace, the king of Gilead, King Corin, has sent an ambassador by the name of Giovanni Crows, alongside a warding guard to this island, where you will meet up with the representative party of the bird people, and try and establish relations. So your role in this is to escort the ambassador. You are not in charge of doing any of the negotiations. It's more about being a representative party and getting the ambassador there no matter what, making sure he stays safe and all of that. You don't really know what to expect from the Bird People Island. Little is known about them, but some preliminary scouting has shown they're big on music and music magic, kind of
Are
drives
they-
everything.
Like people-sized bird people, or like little-sized bird?
Aren't they
They-
like 4 feet tall?
They are, they range between 3.5 and 4.5 feet tall, so they're like 3/4
Like
even.
kenkus?
Yes, the kenkus.
Yeah.
They are flightless. They do not fly.
how tall is Poofers?
They're my size. I'm like 3 feet tall. They're a little bit taller.
They
I'm
are
ambitious. It's fine.
just for like general stuff. We're not using the traditional Kenku lore. This is my own idea of Kenkus. They're kind of like cutie, not really like dark and brooding and evil. So,
What colors do they come in?
you wouldn't know that, but I'll tell you, they're tropical, so they're more like colorful.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
First, remember, we don't chase the birds.
Skittlebirds.
You may not chase the birds,
We're
but
supposed to
I
be.
chase the birds.
You have to be a cute customer.
Try.
I
I'll
haven't
give
heard
you
that
that.
word
I'll
in a
try.
long time.
I think we said it like 2 sessions ago. You just haven't did the thing.
While Poopers isn't looking, I individually hand to Erebir and Troy a long piece of string, and I'm like, just keep that in your pocket.
Ignored.
One of Poofer's ears twitches, but she doesn't seem to consciously notice anything.
So you have some time to do some preparations. After we go over all of that, I will have Harvey. Technically, the next day, Harvey will come to you with what he found on Kai. But let's take care of all shopping preparations and that stuff. The magic shop inventory has not changed since you last left. But you potentially could have enough funds to get a new item if you made some decisions. That kind of stuff.
She's talking about that awesome. What was it? A
The
pocket
Yeah,
Yeah,
watch?
the
Pocket
time
watch.
stop.
We need
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Time
We need
reverse
that.
for
Yeah,
6
but I don't think we
Um,
can afford it.
we
Without selling the leaf, we can't.
One
I want
quick
the leaf.
point on the Chronomancer's pocket watch, an item I'm very excited about. Only one person can wield it, and when you go back 6 seconds in time, only that person has memory of those 6 seconds.
So I will hold it.
Take it to
Well-
the magic shop. Let you buy the greater health pot.
I actually really need to
Clear-
go to the magic shop and get some
And
great.
do that. Do just that. Yes.
Okay, the potion shop.
But if Troy holds it, then nobody remembers the last 6 seconds.
just in
Can,
case you ever see something you really want to forget.
Can Poopers get inspiration for her little candy shop?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. You little genius.
So Neil, the intern, is still running the potion shop. He seems as disorganized and disheveled as he was before. You can
I walk in and say, "Neil, before me."
ha ha! Haven't heard that one before. Sound
Erebir
like
tries
I've
to,
been
muffle
bullied
her
my whole
chuckles.
life.
Slap
That's
him.
a real original one.
We're so mean to
Anywho.
Neil.
Woo.
Everyone is mean to Neil.
Yeah, you're not
Like the
cool
Meg of
unless
this
you're
universe.
mean to Neil. Yeah.
It's fine. You know, it's
We
not
just
the worst.
really miss Callie, Neil.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me that. It makes me feel a little unwanted. But it's okay, I understand. If I were you, I'd want to see her too.
Well, don't be that hard on yourself. I mean, kind of hard, but that was harsh.
It's okay, I
Um,
understand.
Anyways, I think I'm in the shop for some greater healing potions. If you still have those,
Uh,
please, kind
we-
sir.
we do indeed. Wow, this is the nicest anyone has ever been to me in weeks. Just savor this moment.
I said it facetiously.
Oh,
Damn.
okay then. Yeah, sure. And he sells you some potions. The typical cap of 3 health potions still applies.
I will take all 3, please.
What is the cost, Neil?
Let me double check before I say something.
Man, Neil's gonna get a whole bunch of kindness in a second.
We're about to blow Neil's mind. Oh no.
Great healing potions.
I think we all need some of these.
They are 175, which is already discounted 10%. So
It's, the price.
I would
you
like to
gotta
telepathically ask everyone, what's the total that we need?
of health potions?
Yeah, who else needs them besides me?
I need 2.
2? Troy?
Okay,
I need
two to be
one.
easy.
2, 4, 5, 7. Okay. And then I go, hey Neil, so what if we bought like 7 of them? Could we get like a group discount?
I mean, that's a pretty big dent in our inventory, and he starts to like look through the papers and pull up some like ledgers and everything. He's like, well, yeah, we're gonna run really low, and it takes about 3 days to brew each one. And he starts like doing calculations and muttering to himself about how much he's gonna have to catch up on over the next 2 weeks if you buy 7 health potions.
I rub his arm gently.
What?
Don't hurt
I'm
me.
s-
You can't
I'm
just
sn-
touch people without asking.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
snickering.
Why don't you roll a persuasion check with advantage because you're
Uh,
using your skill or talent or whatever I called it.
The flirt.
Yeah. A 23. Not bad.
Neil's in for a treat.
I mean, yeah, I can sell you 7, I guess. I think. It should be fine. I can just stay up for a few nights. It's not like I need to sleep.
At a discount, maybe?
Well,
Touch his arm again.
Callie kind of threatened me with death if I sold anything for
Callie?
cheaper. Yeah.
Callie and us are best friends. She would definitely not be mad at you for helping out her best friends.
Oh,
And I kind of just go, can I touch you?
Oh,
I would prefer if you didn't really, but and then he says 1 second and like goes under the desk and you can hear him like hyperventilating a little bit as he's going through some books, pulls one out and then flips to a page and turns it towards you, and on it, written in Callie's handwriting, it says, if you sell anything less than the listed price, I will kill you, and I will kill you is underlined. And then she said 10% to Sultry 6 okay. And he says, but since you're such nice, kind, wonderful people, who definitely respect my personal space and comfort and credibility as a person, I can give you an additional 5% off, and then I'll just work a few extra shifts to pay it myself.
You're the best. Thank you.
Erevere, that's
No.
kind of mean.
no. We'll take the 10% that Callie gives
Yeah,
us.
we're not gonna make you pay for our discount.
Oh wait, I didn't
Deal.
hear that part. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
he's-
said-
He's gonna work it off.
I didn't
Oh my
hear. I thought he just meant
gosh.
like working a lot to make the new ones.
Have a little self-respect,
too.
Neil.
I misheard.
I don't make potions for that, sir.
Well, we'll take
You probably
the
ask Callie
10% then.
to
Thank
make one of those.
So the 175 is discounted.
Okay.
So it's 175 per potion.
All right, I'll take 2.
Oh, the 175 is already at the discounted?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was originally what, $200, something like that.
No, it's a little over 200.
All right. Well, thank you, Neil. You should learn how to respect yourself a little more. You shouldn't be working for other people's discounts.
Oh no.
Keep
You
your chin
can't
up, Neil.
discount my efforts, right?
I appreciate your efforts very much, but also you gotta stick up for yourself, Neil.
He just says, I know. That's what my mom said.
Is there a library in Redcliffe?
There is a very
There
large
is.
library.
Hoofers is actually very well acquainted with the library. She goes
Is
there
she?
a lot.
Hoofers, are there any like self-help positive affirmation books
There's
in
a
the
whole
library?
section on it. You know
Okay.
what? It's a whole new thing. Everybody's very into these self-help books. A bunch of authors here in Redcliffe have made them. I don't know if any of them are good because I don't need any self-help. But there is a whole section. We should get the one for Neil.
She's
Mhm.
already
That's a good idea.
perfect the way she is.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
That's gonna be the true quest to save the world: is make Neil a better, stronger person.
The whole fate of the universe falls on Neil. It's
He's,
kneeling
like,
on
sitting
his
there, like-
shoulders.
Like pressing, like he's like choosing which wire to cut. Everyone is watching him.
Be confident when you cut it, Neil.
Okay. Are there any other sorts of shopping you all wish to do?
For real, I want to go to the library and see.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna give him a book. I feel bad now.
Okay. Are you looking for a specific genre?
I'm just gonna. I'd like to ask whoever the bookstore clerk is if there's anything that's been selling well or gotten decent reviews or something for in the category of boosting of one's self-esteem.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
You look to your side and Poofers is gone. And then you hear a bunch of shuffling in the back of the bookstore, specifically in the monsters section.
And I shrug because I've known Hoovers for long enough now to expect things
They
like
know
that.
her
so.
there. It's fine.
There's one written by a chef that says how to get over your self-loathing.
Oh, that seems brutal. I don't know if he's self-loathing.
No,
How about-
self-loathing. Like loaf.
Oh, loafing.
That's
Okay.
6
Because it was written by a chef.
I get it. Any others?
Well, let me find more puns.
He also wrote loaf yourself.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't think I've ever shook my head this much in a session.
Was he the author of Bun in the Oven? I think I might have read that one. No? Okay.
You're the best thing since sliced bread.
There's one called The Little Engine That Could.
Yes, I'm buying. I want
What is
to.
That
an
one.
engine?
Does it have pictures?
Yeah, the little cart that could. Little wagon.
There you go.
Is it a child's book or is it like?
It is a child's book. There's one written by a judge that says, handling lost self-esteem.
I might get both of those, maybe.
Troy, you can just buy the one. You don't need to cover it up.
What you mean the cart that could?
Yes. We all know which one you want.
There's one that's particularly popular with the men. That's called Rejectile Dysfunction.
Wow.
Oh no. I don't have that issue, so we'll just put that one back on the shelf. Thank you. I'll take the other two, please.
Okay. It's a total of 20 gold for 2 books.
Okay.
Poofers comes out from between the things and she says, I'll take the self-loafing one.
Oh, I didn't even know you were listening.
I'm always listening.
And finally, there's one that has been recommended by many people. It technically belongs in this genre, but people aren't buying it out of to be serious about it. It's written by a couple of orcs, and it's about how to start your own business. It seems to be pretty some people don't know if it's a satire or not, but it's apparently a pretty good read.
Well,
What's it called?
Let's see. You have to give me a second. Ooh. Orchestrating success. There we go.
Extreme success.
That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
If I was a faster reader, I'd consider it.
Okay.
Read it
takes-
like a 0th grade.
it takes-
pupil.
This actual Troy is like looking over the little cart that could with actually some interest because it has a few pictures and not as many words in it, so it's like right up his alley.
I buy some books.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are
gonna.
a proud owner of 2 books now.
Well, I'm
And
enough.
Pooper's yours is 10 gold.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
We should go deliver these to Neil.
Yeah. I'm gonna take him back to you.
So you go back to the potion store. The Elixirium is what I called it. And he like sees you come in and immediately like stiffens up. He's like, "Oh, back so soon! I assume there's something wrong with the potions. No one died or anything, right?"
No, we're all still here.
Oh, thank God! Because last night I don't know if I added the like salt A or salt B, and I wouldn't know for sure, but I would be definitely toast if I wasted some ingredients. So I'm
We first look down at her health potion and back up at Neil. She's like, is this safe?
definitely safe.
Herbert's just like, wait, what?
I was just kidding about all that stuff.
Troy had a good idea for you, Neil.
Okay. So here I thought we'd get you these, and I slide the books kind of slowly across the counter, and then I lean and whisper, "Hang in there, little buddy." And then, and then like with that, I'm like, "All right, I think we're good here."
He like looks
Hoover
at the
slaps
books and
her
looks,
book down on the counter.
getting over your self-loathing.
No, I didn't give. No,
That's
that
what
was
I
Hoover
gave
not-
him that one.
Oh,
And he looks at the little wagon that could. I can't remember the title of the last one.
the little wagon.
I mean, I haven't gotten a gift since Candle Night 6 years ago. This is really nice, you guys. I'll cherish these forever.
God, this is so sad. Okay.
So I'll be sure to read them over and over again and take notes. You want like a book report or something just to prove that I read them? I just want to make sure you understand how thankful I am for your generosity like this.
I go up and I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, listen, Neil, we don't want to hear about these books or the book report. Just please read them.
Just
Okay.
take them to heart, especially the little cart that could.
Okay. And he says, okay, he like takes all of them, flips the first one open and starts reading it. And like looks at you to like see that you see that he's reading it.
I nod to him and he's like, now don't ever talk about it. Okay, everybody, let's go.
Anything else you wanted to do?
I wave at Neil. Bye-bye.
You guys, I think that's the only nice thing we've done for anybody in this whole city.
Did
We should
just
start
blow his
doing more
mind?
nice things.
Yeah.
What?
That's not.
It's a lot of
That's
effort,
true.
though. That nice thing just cost us like 50 gold.
I brought a piece of pie to Harvey once.
That's
That
true, you
was
did.
nice.
That
was
is
great.
true. You... Oh, wait. I don't
You-
think I was there when you did
No, I did that over.
No.
Yeah,
Do you guys think we might be a little bit of the self-involved 6?
the selfish 6.
that. Nah, not us at all. We're fine.
Okay. But we should definitely look out for other opportunities to do nice things for people.
See, what I think it is we're assholes that deal mostly with other assholes, so it's usually not an issue. But when we run into somebody like who's not an asshole, it's like a period of self-reflection. So,
So
yeah,
just gonna throw more pathetic people at you.
I
That's a
guess
selfish thing.
we just don't know what to do with ourselves when we come across somebody who's just not an asshole. We're really good at dealing with them.
Yeah, we killed them all.
I feel like individually we're not assholes, but like as a collective we're assholes.
I just want to be everybody's friends except Neil. I don't like that guy. All right, we have a week downtime. Let's just go to this bird island and help our ambassador out, because I'm ready for an adventure that has absolutely nothing to do with sparkling magic salamanders or.
Wait, isn't Harvey gonna
arcane.
tell us about Kai?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Harvey. We should go see Harvey.
He will
We
come,
should bring him pie!
He will come
Let's
find
bring
you.
does.
him pie!
He does like pie.
Who doesn't?
And also Barry likes pie.
It's true. You did save that one berry.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Make it with that bushberry. Harvey's a pretty good guy.
Oh yeah, we got the magic healing berries from the Salamancer. Barry, you should bake that pie and then freeze it before it goes bad.
the magically preserved berry. It'll stay around for as long as you have it, just for the sake of it being interesting.
Well,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But no, really,
So-
we should just bring him regular pie.
so Harvey's gonna come to us.
That was the plan, but if you want to go find him, you can.
I don't care.
In that case, he will find you the next morning.
Well, let's get him pie, and then when he finds us, we'll have pie to give him.
You sure you don't want to do like a quiche, like a nice breakfast kind of pie?
No.
Okay.
Why would you have breakfast pie? No, you should have regular pie.
I like quiche.
I like quiche too.
What about like we'll give him an apple
Are
pie?
those like 3 components of quiche?
Apples are healthy, and they're like, yeah, apple pie. That's what I'm gonna get him.
All right. Is Barry baking it or are you buying it? Can
I
you
will
roll
help Barry bake an
performance?
apple pie.
Performance with advantage. A 14.
Oh, Okay, good. That was with advantage.
Yeah. So it's not like a life-changing pie, but it's pretty good. You're like fairly happy with it. Like you feel like you probably could have done better, but it's like pretty good, you know, like above average. So Harvey knocks on. You know what? For the sake of this being interesting, you know, you all have your own rooms, but let's say they're connected by like a living room suite.
Mm.
Ooh, we have like our own dorm wing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's do that. So you have like a little like hangout area, some like work desks and whatever.
Is it
so
decorated with Poofer's art?
I don't know.
Uh,
Tell
yes. There's,
I feel like it would have lots of
there's
Poofer's
stuff
pictures.
just thrown on the walls with tape. It's just haphazard. They're just doodles. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are abstract.
There's one that's called Bold and Brash. It's like the
Oh.
only one in its own little area. And it's
Oh,
Poofers in
yeah,
that pose.
brash.
That is a SpongeBob reference.
All right.
Alright.
So in the morning, he comes by and knocks on your door. I would assume you let him in. And you've set out like a nice little like breakfast pie thing. It's like some slices of pie and some like milk and coffee.
We let him in,
tea.
but it's
And
like
tea.
we joke with him first. Who is it? Harvey? No, Slam. And then just kidding. Come in here, buddy.
You guys are always the jokers. Great to see you back. I heard from down the saying down the vine or something like that. That you had a pretty exciting time this past week, which I would love to hear about. But before we get to that, wow, you know, this is so nice. This is why I like you guys better than the other ones that I have to manage. You actually go out of your way to do nice
Wait,
things like bake
what?
pie.
What did you say? Have to manage?
Yeah, you're like liaison.
She's a little bit of a manager.
Hmm,
Even though
well,
we end up going directly to Victoria.
Yeah, over my head.
And
Yeah, she gets mad at me, but it didn't work.
But we didn't last time. We're doing
That's-
better.
we just did this.
we just did. We just did.
No,
We don't
didn't.
have to
We
tell them
set
about
up.
that time.
We set
Yeah.
up a time to go see her.
Oh,
That's
that's true. That is true.
We never do that.
So he is very appreciative of the gesture. You guys all sit down around the table for some pie. It's delicious, he says. This is exquisite. Mwah.
Can I get perception on that?
Insight, you mean?
Yeah, insight.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to be like he genuinely likes it for sure. He seems very positive reception. So yeah.
All right.
So as you gather around and start eating the delicious breakfast pie, is it warm or is it cold? Did you make it last night? Like put it in a bag of colding or something?
No, it would definitely be made this morning.
Okay, it's a nice fresh one. He pulls out a few papers and says, so you guys wanted to know about Kai. It's Magnus's brother. Where is Magnus, by the way? I haven't seen him.
Lots
We-
of burritos, whole
We
thing.
haven't really seen him either, but we keep thinking that he's eating bad food. I don't know.
Well, it's
That
happened
does-
like 10 times.
That does sound like something he would do. Alright, anyways, his brother. So he asked for, it's not quite a leave of absence, but like more of a personal mission. to kind of go pursue something of his own interest. So the only recorded details I got in our ledgers are that he was heading over to Vicentia, to the city of what's its name? Dahlia. To the city of Dahlia to do some investigating over there. So I pulled up some more information on that city. It's the home of the Vicentian Crows, which I think that both Magnus and Kai are ex-members of.
This whole thing.
So I'm not sure how much you know about Dahlia, but it's kind of a either really great place to live or a really not great place to live, and there's kind of no in between, and there's kind of like some contests between the ruling houses over who has the most power, and it's kind of like an ever-changing trade republic of power, really focused on just extreme amounts of capitalism. Meanwhile, across the road, the poor people super suffer. So that's not fun. The Crows have kind of been like a core organization there. They're not officially like a legal thing, but both sides kind of use them to survive and get by and get what they want. But there's been a lot of unrest there recently, which is what I assumed Kai was going to go look into. There's more competition between the houses. The poor people are finally starting to get riled up, and it looks like there might be a civil war on the horizon.
Oh gosh.
And the
Wait,
Crows.
didn't somebody say that? I mean, never mind.
The Crows have historically kind of moderated the relationship between the two sides of the city, but it seems now like they're kind of stoking the fire. Beyond that, you'd have to talk to Kai and Magnus themselves. That's all the official information I have.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's actually really helpful.
Yeah. Thanks for the pie. This is great.
Cheer that berry. He likes your pie.
That's, I'm glad you didn't get sick, because the other ones did.
What?
Nothing. I'm glad you liked it.
Great. Well, let me know if there's anything else I can do. You guys can always hit up Kai with your.
I thought we tried that, but we couldn't.
Yeah,
reach
I
him.
thought we tried and it didn't work. Maybe
You
we
did
should try
try.
again.
You did, but Harvey doesn't know you tried. So.
All right, we'll give that a try. Thanks, Harvey.
Okay. It was nice seeing you guys. Good luck on your mission. Should be a good one.
Yeah, we're excited for that one.
All right.
All right, we'll see you, bud.
Great. So if you guys don't have anything else to do before you set out on your mission, we can take a break. Otherwise, if there's any last comments on what was just discussed or anything, we'll take care of that first.
I think we're good.
I'm good.
Okay. Let's take a
Stay
quick
put.
break.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be back shortly. See you guys soon.
Welcome back. Let's get going on a bird quest. The week passes. You go about your activities, doing whatever the hell you want. Time comes and you are met again with Giovanni Crows. And you recall from your first meeting with him that he's kind of like a nervous guy, kind of keeps to himself, pretty quiet. But he is one of the ambassadors under the command of King Corin, so he carries some authority with him. He's been sent on this assignment directly by the king. And he's also a magical linguist, so he will be lending you some very expensive translating amulets for the duration of the quest, which belong to the king. So
Heck yeah. Those are gonna be forgotten.
heck yeah.
Nobody bring those up when the quest ends.
So should you keep them, they will be taken directly from the king's possession, and you will probably notice.
He's super hot, right? He's a 10, right?
I don't know. Did we roll for him?
I think we have a 10 in hotness for him.
I feel
Okay,
like we
yeah,
did.
he's smoking.
And
Total
he's human, right?
babe.
He is a human, yes. Much like the king himself. So, he's, yeah, like I said, he's dorky, kind of nervous, doesn't have a lot to say, and he just kind of wants to go there and get things over with. He's not really necessarily looking to
Strong
make friends.
silent type, huh?
More like weak silent type, but yes. So to escort him there, you will have to take him south to a small port town on the southern border of Gilead, which is called Port Aria. From there, you will take a small vessel, led or captained by Captain Roger, toward the island. At which point, you will be handed off to the direction and protection of the Kenku. If you are ready to set out, let's get going.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so
Evo.
the four of you, five, I guess Magnus is coming. He's feeling a
Wait,
little bit
Magnus
better.
is going with us.
I don't know how else he would end up being there next week, so
Magnus, where have you been?
just had some really bad food. Just, it don't, you know, they
It
say the
feels like you've been gone for months.
the Orxicans make some really excellent food, but it comes with a certain danger.
Whoa.
Okay.
Magnus does like danger, so that makes sense.
Sounds about right.
And he does like would you say Orxican?
Yeah.
He does like Orxican.
So he is staying with you, but will be mostly silent for the sake of my own sanity. Thank you. As well as Giovanni, and I believe you wanted to bring Tempest.
I think that's who we decided on because Kai's gone, and actually,
And these
He's
I
your
think that we
only
only
option.
have Tempest.
Yes,
Well,
right now he's
also-
your only
Kai's
option.
gone.
also I remember something said about this civilization revering musical magic, so he may be a god there.
Yeah, he's mostly just excited to go and experience it, I think, and kind of like see what they have to offer. He's been doing some like research on music magic for the time you've been gone. So you six and Giovanni get aboard your wagon and your 6 horses and set out for the south. The journey takes a few days to get to Port Aria. You don't really run into anything particularly life-threatening. Like, here's some wolves at night maybe, but you get there safely. At which point you're met with Captain Roger, and he shows you to a pretty small boat. It's not like a grand ship meant to charter like a large amount of people across the seas. It is a like quick little trip boat. That said, it still takes a couple days of sailing before you're even able to spot the island. Go ahead.
I would say, anyone else feeling a little uneasy about getting on another boat? Because we don't have the best luck with boats.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm totally fine. I have captain experience. It's been great.
I start immediately grabbing around the areas where someone could grab onto my fur.
Barry, it's okay. This boat already has a captain.
Mm.
But if something were to happen to that captain, I would definitely be the first person to fill in.
Hmm.
And the first mate looks at you like, uh-huh.
Do we get on? I missed it for a second.
I mean, I was gonna basically, like,
We're
Fast.
fast
Oh,
traveling.
we're fast traveling. Okay.
yeah.
What's the name of the island? Or we're just calling it Kenku Island?
You will learn its name in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because I need to do something. I need
Oh,
to say where
great.
we're going.
We need
No.
yes. To the Bird Island.
In a moment, you can do that in a moment.
Oh.
So you board the boat, and a few days of sailing later, with the small ship and small crew, you spot a quite massive island in the distance. From here, it looks very tropical and wild. It's full of like jungles and like tropical forests and that kind of thing. At the center of the island is an enormous mountain that rises into the skies and overlooks the rest of the flatter lands and beaches. The sides of the mountain, and like the lower half of it, are still covered with trees and forests and jungles and all that. And from here, you really kind of start to get into the like tropical mood. You've gone south. It's like warm. The waters are really nice here. It's kind of got like a nice like vacation vibe to it, kind of. So you draw closer toward Kenkua Island. So, would you like to do your thing?
Kind of jamming. Do we
To the
hear this
beach!
music? This is music as we approach the island.
I will get to
Reggae
that
music.
actually. So, the ship draws closer, and as it does, even from a pretty far distance, you do hear what sounds like a huge amalgamation of music. Not necessarily this particular song. There's a lot of like birdsong involved in it, singing and instruments and that kind of stuff. But I felt like this really was like the vibe I wanted to go for.
Island vibe.
So, you draw closer to the shores, past some fishing boats along the way where you catch your first glimpses of the Kenku people as they're casting their nets and fishing poles into the bright, clear waters that harbor all sorts of tropical fishes and other curiosities, should you choose to go snorkeling.
What is snorkeling?
You hold your breath and go underwater.
I can do that already.
That sounds terrible. No, thank you.
The water is very clear and calm. The whole island, as you're approaching, is really beautiful. It looks very healthy, and like, even though you know an entire civilization of people live here, it looks very natural. And only as you're drawing closer do you start to see that there are cities and buildings kind of scattered throughout the island within the little jungles. Eventually, you arrive at the dock, which is pretty well kept and clean, but it looks also recently renovated or maybe even recently built. It's definitely not like made for a super busy harbor where you'd have a lot of trading vessels and large ships coming in and out. It's kind of like a small town, casual. So you pull in a dock, and see waiting to greet you on the dock is a little light blue Kenku who is dressed in a navy blue suit with a tie, and it's like buttoned up with gold buttons in the front, and he's got a flat rimmed cap, and it's like flat on the top too, and he's got his bird arms behind him, and is kind of like waves as you approach and is waiting for you to disembark so he can welcome you.
What is about the temperature here?
It's very warm. It's like 85, we'll say.
Alright,
It's very
I would like to take off my cloak, obviously, and my gloves that fit. And I'm like, guys, I'm so happy we took it.
Why didn't we come here instead of the Underdark?
It is in stark contrast to the cold, unforgiving darkness. Okay.
Man, this is the best place I've ever been, period. And looking down, how deep is the water? Like, how far are we from the shore? Are we at a dock, did you say?
you're at a dock, so you're not too far. It's not like I don't really. I'm not like a marine biologist.
Cooper jumps off the boat.
Okay, you jump into
Into
the
the water.
water and are weighed down by your armor and swords.
I don't
and
wear
begin to
armor.
drown.
I'm a cat.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's very nice. It's pleasant. There's like some fishes swimming around you and stuff.
Colorful fish that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, the kenku on the dock looks over the edge and is like making
I
sure
try
you're all
and snap
right.
at the fish.
I think
Do I
that
catch any?
I think they are well adapted to being hunted, so you probably would have to like actually really try.
I really try.
Can you make a animal handling, I guess? Or survival? Survival if you're trying to eat it, and animal handling if you're trying to catch it. How about that? She rolled animal handling. 7. Those slippery fish are just
Wait,
out
what was
to
it if I tried to eat it?
survival.
Dang, I rolled the wrong one. That's okay.
I mean the roll was low regardless. So
Alright.
So, yeah, it escapes your grasp. Are all of you just watching poofers swim around?
I'm scared of the water, so kind of watching,
You
but
can see the bottom though. It's like really nice one.
I'm gonna hang nearby Giovanni, Fancy Pants.
Okay. Can you roll insight for me, Troy?
Yeah. I rolled.
So,
Not good.
nothing is amiss. It's very nice here. It's warm. You feel at home.
I'm also gonna stay up near Giovanni and
Okay.
watch Poofers and telepathically be like, Poofers, you customer!
I don't know how much cooler I can be than trying to murder killer fish and eat them. It doesn't get cooler.
Okay. I mean, this bird is literally waiting for people to come down and greet him. He's not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. That's up to you guys.
yeah, I suppose I'll try and get off this boat. So I'll go say hello.
Okay. You approach him and he like.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And I shrink myself down by 3 feet.
Oh well, you're quite a big one, aren't you?
I suppose I'm a little bit bigger than usual, especially on this island.
Well, regardless, welcome to Kenkua Island. It's a pleasure to be seeing it today. You can call me Click Clack, and
Click-clack.
I'm in charge of transporting you up the mountain to the Kin Courts so you can see the Kin King.
I'm sorry, the what king?
The Kin King,
The Ken King.
our ruler, of course.
Of course. I totally knew that.
And he holds out a wing to like shake your hand.
I'm not really sure how to like shake a wing, so I just kind of like.
Now, do all humans look like you? I mean, I see you've got some companions up there that are much smaller.
Humans. I'm sorry. Have you seen a human before?
I can't say I have. You guys are the first on the island in, I think, recorded history. It's quite a momentous occasion. Some great tourist attraction potential
Well-
from my train.
I am definitely not a human. This is what a human looks like, and then I switch into a human form of Biren.
Wow. That's I like the other one better, I think.
Oh,
It reminds me of that
That's
one movie
good.
where the ogre turns into a human and it's just uncomfortable the whole time.
well, I switch back, and my fur kind of pops back.
Cooper's
back
called
in.
up from under the dock. She's like, he called you ugly, Barry.
I don't.
No,
think
that
so.
wasn't my intention at all.
Are you done
No,
over there, poofers?
Haven't caught anything, but I probably should be done yet.
I would like to ask Giovanni if he would like to go join Barry on the dock. Like, shall we go join Barry and introduce ourselves
yeah, I suppose that's what we have to do. Let's get going.
and head down the gangway to
Rooting.
join Barry?
Grabs his luggage, pushes up his glasses, and follows you guys down, kind of sticking in the back.
I'm gonna attempt to take some of the luggage for him and help carry it down for him.
Oh, he absolutely lets you carry it.
Okay.
and is relieved to not have to do it himself.
And
gives you a kind of like obligatory nod of thanks. Doesn't feel very genuine though. And so Click Clack, the conductor, turns to the group that approaches and says, "Well, mighty fine bunch we've got here. I'm pleased to welcome you to Kenkua. And
he's
who
a
might you be?"
conductor?
Oh yes,
Conductor.
Conductor?
conductor.
Conductor. Is he wearing a conductor outfit?
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems like you're wearing some kind of uniform. Why is that?
Oh well, it's kind of standard for our mode of transport that you'll see momentarily. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you have much more extravagant things on the mainland. Now, who might I be talking to today? You guys are quite an exotic group of individuals.
I'm Aravir, and I put out a hand to shake.
And he shakes it with a feathery wing. Says, "Oh wow, you're tall too. Only average one over here is this cat thing, furry. You look like
You
one
look
of the
down, and Poofers is like on her back, kind of like an otter would be in the water, and she's just like slowly going in circles, almost napping.
You look like the tigers we have around here. You're not gonna, eat us or anything, are you?
What? Eat who?
Well, you know what? We'll get there when we get there.
That's Poofers. She needs no introduction because
A
clearly.
frog jumps out onto my belly. For people joining, Poopers wears a frog hat, and it's actually a hat of vermin, and the keyword is her name. So every time somebody says her name, a frog jumps out of her hat.
Yeah, it has like a mouth. I think the mouth opens and a frog jumps out, right? Or something like that.
That's the idea.
And I am Troy, and this I kind of motion over with my head because my hands are full of his luggage. Is Giovanni?
And Giovanni gives a nod of greeting. Turn back to Click Clack, who says, "Wow, shy one, isn't he? Is he the?
He's the ambassador. Yeah. Yes.
I see. Well, no harm, no foul, as long as y'all are on your best behavior. Well,
Nah.
Aravir immediately looks at Poofers like,
it
get
wasn't
it
me.
together.
great. Well, if you guys are all ready to go, I mean, I'm sure you'd like a chance to stretch your legs on actual land.
Yeah. Let's
we
fly.
can go on. Okay. So, Click Clack, the conductor, turns and starts leading you up the shore, kind of on a paved path through a village. The village seems very it's kind of like a fisherman's village, very simple, very down to earth. Though it is clean. It looks like not necessarily it's not like a city, it's not a concrete jungle or anything like that. It's like a nice simple little village. So he leads you along a path that takes you through that village. You see all sorts of kenkus here in tropical colors, families and everything, as they go about their daily chores and activities. And it feels very peaceful and charming and just clean and simple. Along the way, you hear lots of the kenkus whistling and singing. Basically, wherever you go, there is some tune being played, and you see the results of that in their work. Things like, items floating around to help them with their chores, stuff like that. And as you pass a particularly tuneful kenku, Click Clack speaks to you behind him as he's walking forward and says, "Now I noticed you all have some magical talents as well, but I didn't hear any singing or anything. Now tell me how that's come to be."
Well, some of us do make music or sing to make magic, but I didn't.
Yes, Campy does. Campy, show him your violin.
And Click Clack turns his head around to look, and Tempest pulls out his violin and plays a quick little jovial tune. And he says, I see. And as he does so, there's some rainbow colors about a little holographic thing above him, just to demonstrate the magic. And Click Clack says, now that's something I'm more accustomed to, though. We don't have any instruments like that here. But the rest of you, the big one transformed and stuff like that. Now, you tell me you don't use music for that.
No, but I do enjoy music. This place is wonderful, actually.
Oh well, glad to hear you like it. We're certainly excited to have you here. So I
Is
guess
the only magic here musical magic? There's
Well,
no other magic that doesn't involve music on the island?
to be frank, I wasn't aware it was even possible to do magic without music. Almost every Kenku here has some sort of magical ability that they can channel through their song.
Hmm.
Now, I suppose you're a bit curious about our culture here, since you're visiting and all. And so he kind of gives you like a recap as you guys are walking up through what is now a jungle, like you're going through a jungle on this paved path.
Is there like
And he says-
fruit, tropical fruit?
Oh hell yeah!
I'd like to take some of that fruit and put it in my beer, so I have a little tropical drink.
Wow. Okay.
Save some for a pie, Barry.
Ooh, yeah, good point. Oh, I'm collecting fruit.
Okay. He says, now feel free to interrupt me at any time with questions or anything. I'm sort of your tour guide here as well as your transporter.
Can you fly?
No, that is a very sensitive topic.
Troy,
Okay.
you can't just ask
The
people
one
if they
question.
can fly.
But to answer your question, no, we cannot. That's why we are kind of restricted to our little homeland here. Kind of stay about close to home. Now we Kenku enjoy very peaceful, simple lives, and we've got a very proud appreciation for our home and our island. We like to keep it that way, nice and clean. Make sure we don't disturb nature more than we need to. I think you'll find that our society is very simple in that way. We haven't made great strides in technology or done anything revolutionary. We kind of just stay down to earth, but above all, if there's one realm we do exceed in, it's music. Everything here is based on that, our history, our culture, our future, all about music. And as he kind of continues explaining these general ideas, you see that there's a clearing up ahead. And just as he's saying, you won't really find anything extraordinary here. You turn the corner and enter a train station. Now, none of your characters have ever seen a train, know what a train is, or really seen anything that's quite this massive. It is an enormous mechanical feat of engineering beyond anything you've ever heard of. It's a long metallic train that is hovering over metallic tracks on the ground. The train itself is, just over 10 cars long. And it is very sleek. It's not a industrial style in our world. It looks more like something you'd imagine like a futuristic train to look like. That is made of dark metal, lined with windows, and there are kind of not veins, more like regular lines of bluish energy that kind of pulse through it and give it life. And this entire vehicle does not have wheels. It instead hovers over the metallic tracks underneath, and in that space between the tracks and the train there is a kind of hovering rainbow energy. And as you grow closer, you see outside there are a number of Kenkus. Some look to be passengers, and then there's a smaller group that's eating and doing final checks among things that appear to be the crew. And as they kind of go about their tasks and finish up their work as they munch on snacks, they'll be whistling and making other sorts of musical tunes, and the train itself seems to respond to those tunes. The energy around it will increase when they sing in a specific area and stuff like that. So this is the site that you come across as Click Clack leads you into the train station and says, well, here we are, and there she is.
What the heck is this thing?
Well, what do you mean? It's a train.
What?
I have never seen a carriage this big in my entire life. Or
How
one
many-
with such a horrible paint job. Let me fix that for you, please.
How many horses do you need to pull this monstrosity?
Horses, no, this thing runs on pure magic. I'm Do you not have stuff like this on the mainland? It seems, we've had this for centuries. It's pretty
No,
basic.
This
We
is
don't have
amazing.
clock on the mainland.
Oh, well, I guess we do have something somewhat extraordinary here. Well,
I will look over at Giovanni to see if he's at all impressed by this.
he remains very stoic. He seems to be in a pretty foul mood, actually. Tempest seems to be, like, ecstatic about it. Like, he's trying to, like, compose himself, but he's, like, really excited.
Tempe, you should make some noises and see if it interacts with the train.
And you hear back in your mind.
Just derail it with his violin.
I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause a problem.
I telepathic message Barry. This place is awesome.
I think we have a lot to learn from the Kenku.
So, yeah, Click-Clack is kind of just letting you look around a little bit, and he says, "Well,
I want to whisper to Click-Clack. You know your carriage is flying, right? It's not touching the ground."
oh yeah, it's I mean, it just hovers over the tracks. It's
And you said you couldn't fly.
that was a good one.
I wink at
You
him.
got me there, for sure. Now, I think we're just he like looks at a pocket watch. We're just about ready to go. So if you want to board whenever you're comfortable, we're getting the last of the passengers on. It looks like the Coup crew is finishing up their work. Appreciate my pun.
The kook.
Train crew.
The Coup crew.
Okay.
So it looks to you like you will not be the only passengers aboard this train. In addition to the Coup crew, there are also a number of like regular passengers that are boarding right now. And so Click-Clack says, "Well, I've got to go do final checks, but make sure you're on, and we'll get going as soon as we're ready. Any other questions, concerns before I get going?"
What's the
We
name
can
of this
sit
train?
anywhere?
Would you say?
What's the name of this train?
It's didn't quite write one. If you have any good ideas, I'll take it.
Can we just sit
noted.
anywhere on the train, or?
So that's an excellent question, Miss. Let me tell you a little bit more about the train's composition.
It's a coo-choo.
There you go. The Kuchu. That's what it's called. There are 11 carts in total. At the head, we've got the lead car, followed by the staff car, then the kitchen car. 2 social cars, one's meant more for dining and one for sitting, but you can kind of mix between them. Followed by 2 residential cars where you'll find some bunks to rest on during the journey. Another social car, as well as 2 cargo cars, and then the engine car.
Indeed, an impressive coo-choo. Nobody? Come on. All
Oh,
right.
trust me, I was
Fine.
over here
I was-
laughing.
You can have
Fine.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Thank
give it
you.
to him. Give it to him.
He's reaching for it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
close.
No, I love a good pun.
So, the day is going to take about the journey is going to take about a full day. It's, going
How
from,
fast does this baby go?
I mean, not incredibly. Still takes it. I don't know the exact mileage. Excuse me. Didn't quite plan out the whole island that way. But, it's pretty fast. We'll get to the Ken Court in about a day, which is all the way at the top of the mountain.
There? Cooper's points like to distant mountain.
Yeah, that one.
We're gonna get there in one day.
Yes.
Alright, let's go. Cooper's walks on.
So you walk by the Coup crew, which seems to be led by a black and white spotted Kenku in some real cute engineer's overalls. And he's kind of directing everyone else in their final checks, as well as a number of other passengers. The kind of those which stand out most are a small group of purely black Kenku that are all wearing some like overcoats. Anyone else? What are the rest of you doing? Just getting ready?
Is there a spot for all of us to sit together?
There is. So the cars are actually quite roomy. Like I said, there's 3 social cars in total, but you're kind of meant to hang out in the front two, where they have set out a number of snacks and drinks for you. If you feel like taking a nap, you also have a room of. It's kind of a cramped room because it is on a train, of bunks that you can go nap in if you want to.
I'm still
Hey,
carrying-
Zachary does. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I'm still carrying Giovanni's stuff with
Yeah.
me, but as I go though, I kind of want to see if I see any expressions on any of the faces of the locals to see how they're kind of taking us in.
All right, can I get a perception check?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, mod 20. Okay, so you get a good look at the crowd actually. The crew kind of gives you some not super friendly sideways glances, but they might just be busy kind of doing their own thing. The birds in the trench coats kind of look at you suspiciously, not all at once or anything, but they kind of cast some curious glances your way. The normal passengers seem pretty excited that you're here. They knew you were coming for sure, and they probably paid money to get on the same ride up as you because it's an event. So they're trying not to look excited or look at you too much. They're trying to be respectful in that way, but they're pretty obviously aware of your presence. There's one individual who is making no attempt at hiding their excitement, and that is a very little Kenku, who is
Tiniest Kenku.
yes, it is a child, a little baby Kenku, who is a very light brownish color, and they don't run up to you or anything like that, but they watch you the whole time with very wide eyes. They've got a backpack on and several books in their hand.
Is there an empty seat next to them?
They're waiting to board still. You kind of are given first priority for
I
boarding.
would like to smile and wave at the little Kenku.
Waves really excitedly at you. Oh, he's also got glasses on, big round glasses.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of technology here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of puts a little pep in my step, and I feel a little self-important seeing all I'm able to tell that they're kind of trying to, curb their enthusiasm, but they are pretty excited to see us. So I kind of smirking a little bit, and I send an occasional wink here and there.
It is well received by the general population. Like I said, the crew kind of keeps to themselves, does really pay attention to you. And then the trench coat birds are kind of doing their own thing also. Eravir and Biren, how are you feeling?
I'm just smiling, looking around.
Oh, I'm feeling
Get out.
fantastic.
I kind of give a couple glances over to Giovanni, see if he's enjoying it as much as we are, but because I feel this place is amazing.
Yeah, he remains very stoic and kind of doesn't really look around or try and draw attention to himself. He just kind of he feels like he's here for business instead of enjoying the experience kind of deal.
Is Click-Clack still near us?
Click-Clack has walked away to go help do final checks and everything.
He's the conductor.
Yes,
Conductor
Conductor.
Of the Kuchu.
of Kenkua Island, ruled by the Ken King at the Ken Court.
Do they have little toys, and are they called Ken dolls?
Yeah, sure.
I guess I can ask our very moody ambassador. Which, by the way, we're supposed to be on our good behavior. We got a moody ambassador. How does that check out?
He's not moody or rude to the locals or anything. He's just kind of keeping to himself.
Moody and rude to us.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
the difference.
I'd
You're
like-
the help.
Oh, jeez. I don't feel like
I
it,
am
but
holding
alright.
his luggage, I guess, which isn't probably helping very much.
I suppose this isn't
I
probably going to help
I
us.
just drop his luggage.
Eravir is nobody's help.
I suppose I'll ask him, which will probably not help our standing. But do the Kenku partake in the the beverages. Do they
Do
drink
they
beer?
drink?
I know very little about their culture, but it did appear they were enjoying some sort of fermented beverage on the way up here in the villages. I did.
Duly
Okay.
noted.
So, you guys bored? Getting
Yes.
We do. I would
Oh,
like
yeah.
to sit next to a local.
on? Okay, so like I said, you're first to board. Troy, are you dropping off the luggage?
Yeah, I'm
and
putting the
everything?
luggage pretty much by him and saying, "Well, that was fun. Here you go."
Alright, he takes his luggage to one of the, like, residential suites and then comes back. And so in one of the social cars, which I'm sure is where you head first, there are a number of platters set out for you. Lots of like fruits, like tropical fruits and other refreshing dishes and stuff like that.
I could get
Actually-
used to this, guys.
This is pretty nice.
So that is the first social car that you encounter is lots of like dishes. There are also set out some desserts, including tropical fruit pies, interestingly, which Bjorn takes an enthusiastic note of, as well as fermented fruit wines.
Ooh, they do.
And like tropical like cocktails and everything. It's the real island vibe going on.
Nice.
So you maybe like grab a few things to tide you over as you explore the other social car, where you are somewhat surprised to find as soon as you open the door, a large cardboard cutout of or it would be hinted on wood rather, of a jolly-looking human who is very like comedically cartoony, as if they didn't have a good understanding of what humans looked like. Very like plump and like jolly and like like very,
Santa.
yeah, but he's got curly orange hair, and he's painted with like a big goofy grin.
Troy's
next-
cousin.
I knew
And-
it was coming. Oh, you're so
and-
clever. Look at you.
And next to him is a cutout of a little Pomeranian dog.
They have Pomeranians here?
I guess so.
Okay. They got
It's the-
tigers, Kenkus, and Pomeranians.
It's the national. It's the national dog of the island.
So yeah, this is a very odd sight for you to encounter.
I kind of point at it and like look at the rest of us, and I'm like, "Is this what?"
Is that what we look like? I'm clearly the Pomeranian.
Not the rest of us.
And if you like, you're investigating these, and, like looking at it and just trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on. And moments later, Click Clack enters from the other side of the car and says, "Oh, I see you've met our guest of honor. This is Hugh Man. And we hear that dogs are your best friends, and we thought that we would invite our special guest to help make you feel more at home here on Kenkua."
And it is working 100%.
That was
Who was your
very
reference
thoughtful of
material?
you. Thank you.
What are you talking about? We invited him. He's an honored guest.
Oh. Welcome aboard, Hugh.
The cutout is just like,
Like in khakis or something.
yeah,
He's
he's
in
like,
Khakis
business
and a
attire.
polo shirt.
yeah. It's actually like one of the tropical shirts that you get from like Tommy Bahama.
Yeah, a Hawaiian shirt.
Nice. In one hand, he should have like some generic-looking tropical drink.
Yeah, and his like nose is a little sunburnt.
Oh
Nice.
man. Thank you very much. This is wonderful.
Glad it makes you feel welcome. We're gonna be we're loading the rest of the passengers in, and we'll be setting off in just a few minutes. Make yourselves at home. And he turns around and heads back through the train. And And you start to see other people or other Kenkus filter in. As I said, there are a number of just locals. The little kid Kenku, the Kidku, as well as the dark-colored Kenku in trench coats, and a few crew members that you see just kind of like supervising things. You're kind of given a wide berth at first. People are a little bit nervous to come talk with you directly. So as all of that starts to happen, you hear over a magical intercom, like a whistle. I don't want to like deafen people though. And he says, "All right, we're going to be setting off in just a few minutes." And you feel all of the machinery around you start to kind of like shift a little bit, as if weight is being redistributed. And you also hear the crew start to all over the train make like different noises as their bird songs begin. And the clacking of the machinery in conjunction with the distributed songs of the birds starts to kind of meld into a single song. And the machinery of the train is itself melodic as the train starts to rush forward with great speed. I felt like this had the like train track kind of like beat going. And this is where you find yourselves right now. So
I want to go seek out that kid and sit next to him.
okay. You go find the kid. He's sitting on one of the chairs in the social cars, like kicking his legs back and forth. And you walk up to him, and he says, "Oh wow, a real human."
Yes. Let's not complicate this. Poopers, and a frog jumps out onto his little feathered lap.
Wow, you can cast magic without music?
I can. It's only gonna stay there for an hour though.
Wow, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. My name is Lock, Kid Detective, and you hold out his hand.
Kid Detective, I actually have a question for you, Mr. Detective. Have you seen those guys in trench coats before?
Oh, yeah, I've seen them around sometimes. They kind of hang out all over the island. They look a little suspicious, don't they?
They do, and they're the only ones that seem to not really care about us. So I was just wondering if you knew anything about them.
Oh, well, it looks like Mona's going to talk to your friend right now. Shifting over. Viren, you are approached by one of the crow-like Kenkus in trench coats.
Hello there.
Hold on. I have to pull this up. Okay. Well, hello there, fellow creature. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. As you can tell, I am also a passenger. I do much traveling. From one passenger to another, we can share details, yes? What is your uncle's sister's maiden name?
I don't know, but it makes me sad because my whole family is
Love him.
frozen in stone, so I can't really help you there. Also, not only that, but my family's more of like a tribe, and we're all kind of... So it doesn't really work that way.
Oh, well, if
But I'm
you
happy
have...
to answer other questions.
Oh, okay.
Although that was a very odd question.
Well, in that case, do you care about security? I care about security a whole lot. You should not be going around telling information to strangers, as it is a security risk. I can help your daily life become more secure, though. What is your favorite combination of numbers and letters?
3.14.
Well, inspiration.
Clever. Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Definitely.
I see. 3.14 is also my favorite combination of symbols. It seems like we have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
Why,
if you'll
why do you
excuse me-
need these numbers exactly?
it is just casual passenger conversation. From one passenger to another.
Okay, I'm sorry. And what was your name again?
Why, my name is Crow.
Crow. Crow. Do you have a family name?
It is a security risk to give information to strangers. It was nice talking with you, fellow passenger. He turns
Thanks,
around and walks
Crow.
back to her.
Is there anything distinguishable on Crow?
Can you roll perception?
Sure.
Back to Poofers and Lock. Yeah, see, they were just talking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Was I able to hear them?
I rolled a 26.
Okay. I don't think so. They would have been on like the other side of the car, and there was like chatter going on.
I see.
26. Viren, you look at the group of the crow like Kenku, and they are abnormally indistinguishable.
Oh, that's great.
Like they all look identical.
You know what? As Crow's leaving, can I go? I'm sorry, Crow. Actually, here's something. This is a very special private symbol that I have here, and I draw on a little piece of parchment, Alabol's A, and I hand it to Crow.
Why, thank you. This is an important piece of information from one fellow passenger to another. And he takes it and goes back to his group. So with Lock and Poofers, he said, "Oh, see, they're talking right now."
Yeah, I guess they are. His friends seem kind of all the same. What's up with that?
Oh, I don't know. They've just kind of always been that way. You see them around the island from time to time, but they're not anything dangerous. I think they're from some kind of, like, organization or something.
Do you know what organization?
I don't. They're pretty secretive. But they've been
Okay.
around for as long as I can remember. Now, I'm so excited to meet a human. Wow, you know, this is the kind of event that could help me make a name for myself. As Lock, Kid Detective.
Well, Lock, what can I do for you?
Says, well, I mean, it would be great if something exciting were to happen on the train so I could have a great story. You know, I've been mostly, like, restricted to the case of who put the gum in Stacy's hair and stuff like that. But
Well, you know, if you follow us around, I'm sure you won't have a hard time
Really?
finding adventurous things, because it seems to find us.
I can follow you around? Wowee! Thank you, ma'am.
Hold on, where are your parents at?
Oh, I'm going to visit my grandpa in the capital.
The capital. Hey, how many people live in the capital?
Oh, a great many. It's like the biggest city on the whole island.
You guys are pretty advanced. Okay. Right, well, yeah, I mean, you can come hang out if you want. I don't think anybody would mind another small annoying animal hanging out with them.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'll follow you.
Alright, follow me, and I take him back to the group.
Alright, in the meantime, Eravir is approached by a crow. And he says, "Hello, fellow passenger. Did you know that having a pet helps improve self-confidence and relieve stress? Did you also know that pets can have pets? It is true. Unfortunately, we passengers do not have pets, as the train does not allow them. It is a sacrifice we make in the name of traveling. But if you had a pet, what do you think the name of your pet's childhood pet would be?"
No. That's an interesting question.
Well, what is your answer then?
I don't have an answer. What's your name?
My name is Crow.
Hi, Crow.
If you had a pet, what would its childhood pet's name be?
Pet?
Pet is an interesting name for a pet, even for a pet's pet. It was nice talking to you, fellow passenger. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did I telepathic message Barry? Barry.
Yep,
That's
the
trench
crows.
Bird guy just asked me a very weird question.
He did the same thing to me. Keep your eye on them. They seem to be trying to get personal information.
So at this point, you are all reunited, having some drinks, some pies, some fruits. When Poofers approaches with Lock, Kid Detective.
Hey guys, found us a detective.
Hi, I'm Lock, Kid Detective. It's great to meet all you humans. Super exciting. We've never seen anyone like you before.
Told him he could hang out. It's chill.
I'm like, "Hey, Lock," and then I like finger gun and wink.
Wowee! Is that one of your human weapons? I've heard that you guys are very violent on the mainland. We don't do much of that here.
Oh
Who
no!
just like
no,
shuffled
no,
her
no.
giant sword behind her.
Yeah, you know, I read in a book that people on the mainland kill each other for sport. Do you have any fun
Argue
stories?
against you,
None of
but
us know how to
I can't.
respond.
Do you have any fun
Oh,
stories
boy.
like that?
Well, let me tell you about some of the tournaments I was in when I was but a wee lad.
How old are you?
How old am I? Well, I'm about 12 years old.
It's like almost my age. I'm like 15.
I would like to telepathic message everyone in the group, basically being like, hey, I gotta ask really weird personal questions by these trench coat crow people, bird people, so be careful what you tell everybody.
Let me tell you, Lock Lock, about my entire personal past. Sit down. You are in for a story.
Wowee, do you mind if I take notes?
Sure, you can keep track of all the important people in my life, all the numbers I like, my favorite foods, everything.
As you're beginning your story, a crow walks up behind Troy and taps him on the shoulder.
Oh, whoa, whoa!
Uh,
You startled me there, Mr. Business.
Hold on a second. Okay. Hello, fellow passenger. I am stuck on an advanced scientific and mathematical issue. Do you see this advanced formula? And he turns a paper toward you. I cannot decipher it. Can you decipher the scientific formula for me? And I posted it in Foundry and in our context channel on our
It's a snapshot.
to capture.
Do these birds are virus, computer virus?
Can you help me decipher this? The scientific formula?
You know, I am
Surely
probably not
someone
the...
of your immense intellect would be able to help me.
Yes, I can read.
Pooper
Thank you
just
very much.
Goes over, she's like, you got the wrong guy, buddy. And she continues her story.
I think there's some letters and numbers in there. Yeah, mostly letters and numbers.
Would you help me decipher these letters and numbers?
I walk up over to Troy and put my arm around him. I'm like, oh, I need to borrow you. Sorry, thank you. Like, pull him over.
I could really use some help deciphering this advanced scientific formula.
I'm sure there's lots of
I think I
Others
saw a
on
B
the
in there,
train.
buddy.
that could help you.
Ah, I see. The solution is B. It was so obvious. Thank you, fellow passenger. And he hands you the paper and says, and thank you for agreeing to the terms and conditions on the backside.
Wait,
And he
what?
turns and walks away.
I turn it over.
There is a very small, immense wall of text.
Oh, jeez.
Small font.
Like extremely light gray.
yeah.
printing.
This will take me months to get through. Okay. I stick it in my pocket.
As a note, Tempest is also enjoying himself, like, you know, listening to music, trying to figure things out like that. And Giovanni is kind of keeping to himself. He's in the social car having a drink, but he's not really socializing with people. Yeah. So Lock is with you, enthusiastically listening to your story.
I would like to go over to Giovanni and talk to him.
Can I do something for you?
I just thought, you know, since you're like the ambassador, that you would want to know that there's these Tenku in trench coats asking really weird personal questions. I just thought maybe you should be aware of it.
I don't know much. Maybe it's just part of their culture. Just be careful and I guess don't share your details.
Great. Nice
I mean,
talking.
like, these, in reality, your people would have no understanding of things like, secure accounts. You just see like these are weird questions to ask. So,
Well, great chat. Enjoy your drink.
And
Just
kinda
kind of like awkwardly like walk off, not really
Yeah.
knowing what to do.
That's fair. He doesn't seem to care much for talking. But yeah, so apart from Lock, who is listening intently to Poofer's life story and taking thorough notes on it the whole time, there are other passengers. You can see a few of the crew doing passes as they like whistle to drive the train and they like walk through the cars and do that. There's a few families, a few fish merchants who kind of like they smell. You'd think they would smell worse of fish, but what's really interesting about the whole train and actually the island as a whole is that it always smells good. It has a like nice tropical fruit smell everywhere. It's just very pleasant all the time. So yeah, are you guys all just having a nice time, like talking to people and stuff?
I mean, I'm never leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good here.
building a new life in Kujuville here.
Okay.
And,
Is everyone having like partaking in the drinks and everything and like eating and like having a
I'm
good
in
time?
the social car for sure, and I'll do my standard little A trick, and if something cool were to happen, I'll have that all prepped up.
Can you roll a religion check for me?
Sure. Show me religion.
That was good. 19. So yeah, you like, do you go to like a corner of the car, or where are you gonna draw your A?
I'm assuming the car has like a little bar, like on one
Yeah.
of its edges. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put that like right on the edge of the bar.
Okay. When you do, it glows a bright gold and then a sort of like celebratory rainbow that like pulses with the music a little bit before fading away into just an etched A on the bar.
Nice.
The fruity cocktails and wines are really good, like super sweet. But they're also heckin' strong. Like they
My
kind of
tale is getting more and more interesting as I tell it.
yeah. Just these grand adventures seem to be coming straight out of your brain. Can I get Constitution saving throws from everyone?
Boy, can you.
I'm like drinking slowly too because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not. I rolled in that one. A great time.
13 for Aradir.
I'm sorry, I was looking at something. You said a con save, yeah?
Yeah. $11 for Biren. Not great.
I don't know if mine went through on Foundry, but on D&D it's 21, 17 plus 4.
Okay. Troy's doing great. Even doing great though. So like those of you who rolled less than like a 20 are kind of getting your asses kicked. Even drinking slowly, even being careful. Troy, you are still like giddily drunk, but you're not like quite as shit faced as your companions yet.
Is Giovanni also drunk?
He seems to be like drunk, but he's not as like he doesn't really change his behavior that much. In the time of your celebrations, Poofers, you are interrupted by a crow. Fellow passenger, do you ever wonder what it would be like to be a superhero? The most important feature of a superhero is the name. Every superhero needs an intricate name to show their fame. If you were a superhero, what would your name be if entered in a form with standardized account identification requirements?
Who's he talking to? Sorry.
You.
What was the question again?
If you were... Fellow passenger, do you ever wonder what it would be like to be a superhero? The most important feature of a superhero is the name. Every superhero needs an intricate name to show their fame. If you were a superhero, what would your name be if entered in a form with standardized account identification requirements?
Name. My name is Pofer.
That name is great. I can already imagine it. The mighty
A frog
Poofers.
jumps out and smacks him right in the face.
He continues, Savior of Justice. I'll just write your answer down here real quick. And he pulls out a paper and writes your name. And then, Biren, you are approached again. Us passengers all have a part of our bodies that we're ashamed of. This is why some Kenku choose to pluck their feathers. Which body part of yours are you the most ashamed of, fellow passenger?
I wish I had better calves.
Oh, poor passenger. You shouldn't be ashamed of your calves, but you'd better get your calves checked out by a doctor. I read
Don't skip leg
online.
day.
There's a doctor that can fix my calves?
I read online it could be a sign of bird flu.
What's online?
On the line.
What line?
And he turns and walks away.
Thanks.
You see that Hugh, the Hugh man, has had a wooden drawing of a drink taped to his hand. That's going like it's like a drink, you know. Several of the general passengers, stop by for some casual chit chat, ask you about like what it's like to live on the mainland. They all seem very like kind, curious, and just like normal people.
Can I notice like how faded we're all getting?
Yeah, roll a perception check. I won't make you roll a disadvantage because your constitution save was really good.
I would like to see, are these trench coat guys asking any of the locals any questions?
They
We're
do.
talking
They
to
ask
them?
everyone questions. Yeah.
They are
I rolled
asking everyone
an
questions?
8.
An
I
8.
rolled- Yeah, totally.
What were you looking for again?
I wanted to see if I had a moment of sobriety where I noticed how messed up we were all getting.
No.
Okay.
In fact, your sobriety gets worse.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are actually having a really fun time. It's pretty interesting to talk to the people and see how they live, and to also have so much interest in you. Finally, people are treating you like the centers of the universe that you are. You're kind of like heroes to these people and everything. The only ones that don't seem to be having a great time, apart from the abnormal behavior of the crows, are the crew people that walk by. They seem very kind of like dedicated to their work, kind of maintaining stoic. Some of them shoot you guys some like sideways glances and that kind of stuff. But eventually the fruit juices and the fun drinks get the better of you, and you eventually hit your limit and pass out. But it's good because you're safe, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
This totally isn't gonna go sideways.
Safe as we ever are.
And who knows how much time passes before you are awoken with
Oh,
a
no.
scream. And you all kind of
Murder train. Murder train. Yeah.
and you all kind of like wake up at the same time, still in the socialization car, and there's drinks all around you. The car is entirely empty. Giovanni is missing. No one is here. Lock isn't here. But you heard a scream farther south in the car. And one other thing that I need you to know very carefully is, as you all come to and clear your heads, there is one thought that can't really leave your minds. And it is the distinct memory of spiders crawling all over you in your dreams, kind of encompassing your entire being. At times, there's strings controlling you like puppets, and you just kind of wake up with that like chill down your spine of the memory of those spiders just everywhere.
Does this have anything to do with a certain previous place we were at? The eyebrows imply.
So yes, you've heard a scream. The train is still continuing, and technically the music is still playing to keep it going, but we need to keep the mood. So,
Oh, my head.
Ugh.
Guys, did you hear that? Could you stop screaming?
What is
Please?
going on?
Oh man.
Where's
Where's
Lock?
Giovanni and everyone else?
Well, I guess we should go check out the scream. And Poofers kind of like slowly gets up from her seat and holds her head and starts walking south.
I look over at Tempe, and anything you can do to help out with an over drinking issue?
and he says, "I wish."
We need to figure this out. This is
Poofers
not good.
slides open the car door. Assume it's
They're actually no, they're like doors, normal doors.
Oh, they fold.
Okay. Great. So, are you guys heading south?
Yep.
All
Yes.
on poopers.
Okay. You guys all rush down south, and when you get, you go through both social cars, through the residential cars, through the last social car, and then you arrive at the first storage car, the cargo car, and there you see a large gathering of people. The door to this car looks to have been kicked open violently. And you can see on the floor a pool of red that is seeping over the ground through the feet of the people looking over it. You push.
Please don't be the person we're supposed to protect.
You push through the crowd, and in the middle of the floor, his throat slit, and a sharp letter opener discarded on the ground right next to his.
Always a letter
hand.
opener.
Open hand is Giovanni, the ambassador.
We suck at our job.
And standing over his body is Hugh. And
You done it.
and you see click.
That's a good one. Was that
What?
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Inspiration.
Just got inspiration though. That one was really
That was good for two. Yeah, it was layered.
Yeah, come on.
All right. Okay. You done it. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
Click clack as seeing you enter says. He's not like waiting for you to. They're like trying to do things, so they don't wait for you to enter. But your arrival kind of like prompts them to action as they are like knocked out of their stupor. And he says, "A murder on my train? This is unheard of. Who could have done this? We're such a peaceful people. It couldn't have been." And he looks at Hugh. It couldn't have been Hugh. And he was like,
Old Hugh.
I would like to BS check this to see if he seems genuine or if he's totally putting on like a little show.
the conductor.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, roll insight. No, he actually seems genuinely very surprised. I don't know if he seems like overwhelmingly upset. He is a professional after all, but like he's like he did not expect someone to die kind of deal. So he Click Clack is sitting here like asking everyone who could have done this. This is outrageous. I don't understand, and all that kind of stuff. And one of the crows steps forward and says, "All right, everyone, settle down, settle down. There has been a murder aboard the Kankua Express. We are members of the Ka, Crow Agent Watch, and we must find the murderer before the train arrives in the Ken Court, where they will be free to cause chaos and perhaps hurt the Ken King. Please return to your rooms as we will proceed with the investigation. And they kind of try to disperse people.
Well, we should help with this, seeing as that our guy that just got killed.
Unfortunately, you are suspects and must return to your room where you will remain locked down.
Or what happened?
We are a peaceful people, so we cannot do anything about it. But we ask you kindly that you obey the authorities.
Well, you're not a peaceful people if somebody here killed the guy.
This is why we must investigate. Please return
Why do
to
you
your
have an
quarters.
investigative force if you're a peaceful people?
We are a peaceful
Ooh.
people, and that must be maintained. The violence of outsiders cannot be tolerated.
What other outsiders do you have?
They look directly at you.
We were supposed
Besides
to protect
us.
the person that's now dead.
The violence of the outsiders cannot be denied. Please return to your rooms while we investigate.
I'd like to
Oh.
look around for Lock.
Lock is not in here. The crows are here. Several of the crew members are here, who look particularly grim. Click Clack, the conductor, is like throwing a tantrum, out of like shock. And poor Giovanni is stood over by Hugh.
Dead AF.
So
Kind of like to like look closely at Giovanni, like without trying to be too obvious, of like see if there's anything on him or near him that looks out of place.
Roll perception, because you're not like moving closer. You're just looking, right?
Poofers is going to filibuster this robot thing. Just keep talking to it so it can't do anything.
Can I detect magic? See if there's anything abnormal aside from the train.
19 for my
aside from the
perception.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can detect magic. 1 second. 19 on perception. It looks like the Giovanni definitely looks dead. He looks very dead. He's unmoving. There is a pool of blood around him. I mean, pretty much what I described. The Hugh is standing over him, and looks, I guess, pretty suspicious. The letter opener is on the ground next to Giovanni's hand. It could have been like dropped by him potentially, or someone could have left it there. It's like within proximity of his hand. Apart from that, there really aren't that many.
It looks like he was killed here, though, not like
Yeah,
killed.
the pool of blood is definitely here. It doesn't look like he was dragged or anything. So you cast detect magic, and the train is super magical. All of the birds have a little light aura of magic around them. They are all magical creatures. But apart from those things which you expected, nothing appears particularly magical or questionably.
I would like to know your enemy for these trench coat folks.
Smart.
What should I want to know about them? Would they have an overall level, or as it would compare to us?
It's like
or-
level, HP, AC. I think those are like
Right.
the three main ones, right?
Right,
Yeah, it's like relative to you though.
right.
Know your enemy. 1 minute observing or interacting equals superior, inferior, and 2 of the following characteristics. So which did you want?
How about overall level and AC?
They are equal, superior, or inferior. All right, let me look up your stats.
Because this is gonna find out if we just start a slashing.
Then we are the violent outsiders.
Hey, knowledge is power. You know what?
So
Coming from Troy.
I'm
It's-
sorry, you said armor class and levels, right? Total levels.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. They are inferior in armor class, and levels is a tough one because they're not player characters and challenge ratings work differently. But they are inferior in that regard. Also.
Okay.
But yes, so you've been filibustering the crows, poofers. Biren, do you want to do anything?
Detect magic. Also, I wanna snoop at our friend Hugh, the man.
Okay, can you roll perception? Because you kind of like are across from a crowd. You're like in the back of a crowd, kind of.
Sure.
Mr. Man.
A crowd.
Sure. Perception. Bam. I rolled not great.
He's sitting there
I'm sorry.
with that lifeless expression on his face, but his dog is not with him.
It was the dog, the Pomeranian.
Okay. So in your conversation with the crow poofers, they're very kind of adamant about like they're not going to resort to violence to stop you, but they really want you to go to your room so they can investigate. And they're basically placing the train on lockdown, and they're not budging from that.
Well,
That gives us more time.
yeah, I mean, I have a whole lot of stories to tell. We could just keep talking
Well,
forever.
we got the train to ourselves.
Should we go to our room and kind of regroup and talk, and then maybe
Walk out.
You know what we should do too? Can I look around at the passengers that are still there, or are they starting to walk to their rooms, listening to the caw?
They are starting to listen to the call and go towards their rooms. They look very
Does
scared.
anyone look pretty sus?
Red's looking hella sus.
I'm not gonna name names, but I will re-explain who's in the room. How about that?
Sure.
Perhaps it'll draw your attention to something.
Sure.
There are the general peaceful villagers who seem spooked. They seem scared. There are a few of the Ku crew who seem grim, but not scared or particularly upset. There are the Ka who are not suspicious at all, but they are the Ka enforcement kind of deal. There is the conductor, Click Clack, who is kind of throwing a tantrum in my attempted Scottish tantrum's voice. And he is basically ranting about, like, this is bad for the train's reputation. He can't believe this happened, but, like, it's going to ruin the tourist potential, that kind of stuff. And then, or he says, think of all the attention the train's going to get kind of deal. Lock is not around. Giovanni is dead with the letter opener next to him, and Hugh is over the body.
We should probably go talk to the train people who don't look scared.
Yeah.
So right now you're trying to be directed towards your rooms.
Do we want to walk and talk?
Yeah. That's...
Like the crew's kind of like sticking to their jobs right now is the deal. Like, this might not be an opportune time to talk to them.
All right, let's go to our room and discuss then.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's head to our room and be law-abiding visitors.
Claw-abiding visitors.
Nice one.
As you approach the residential cart, you walk towards your room, and in the hallway before you, we're gonna go about 5 minutes over. In the hallway before you, you see Lock, Kid Detective, and he points a finger at you and says, "Ambassadors? I think not. The rumors are right. You've come to kill the King and start a war like the humans always do. When you were drunk, you talked all about the violence you committed and the creatures you've killed. And look at this," and he pushes your door open. "There are red stains all over your room. And you have a clear motive to steal our technology and our peace."
Statements are really that wrong. So I'm going to give you an A+ for effort here. But no, we did not come here to kill the King. We genuinely came here to protect the ambassador, and we're just really bad at our jobs, which I think is evidenced by the stories that I told you.
Where is your evidence of your innocence?
We're just very incompetent. We're just going to try and work on that as we go while we try and figure out who did kill the ambassador.
Well, explain the room.
What?
We
Hold on.
haven't been in the room.
Yeah, who dropped off? The ambassador dropped off his own luggage. We haven't even been in here.
And he looks and says, "Well, what are all these red stains then?"
I don't know. Let's look up.
Can I-
I'd like to look
Can
at
I
it
get
and find
close?
out what it is.
Yeah. Can I smell?
Yeah, this is a great question.
The
So
old test.
you enter the room, and there are indeed stains all over this room. There's some that look like handprints on the walls. There's some on the bedding and everything. There's several that looks to have someone tried to clean them off, serve it off. And you get close. It's dark red. It's sticky and thick. And you smell it, and all you can smell is the tropical aroma of the island.
They're drinking their cocktail.
No, I mean if you get really close, you still just smell the general smell of the room.
Can I do one of these? And look at it closer. Does it
Taste
feel
it.
like blood? I've been covered in a
Taste it.
lot of blood.
It has
Taste
the same.
it.
It has the same texture, indeed.
As
Like
blood.
it.
And Lock says, "You tell me that's not blood?" You taste it, and it is sweet.
It's sweet blood.
Well, what?
Somebody was having a party in here. Stole
Yeah.
their drink.
I think someone got a little drunk in here and made a mess.
How do you explain all that time you disappeared?
Barry,
Which
maybe
one of us
you're a
disappeared?
vampire.
And I'd like several. You guys have lost time, by the way. You wake up with no memory of things.
Well, now I'm suspicious of Barry and his vampirism.
And I need you all to roll a perception check.
Good one, Coffee. This detective is car rap.
What? He's Lock detective.
Wait, sorry. What are we rolling?
Perception.
Okay.
I see 19.
23.
Okay, an 11, a 23, a 25.
Barry and I got this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Eravir and Biren notice crawling over some of the beds are several black widows, and that kind of brings you back to the chilling
Oh no.
dream.
Did you guys
you
have
woke
that
up from.
vision of spiders? I felt like I was dreaming of spiders.
I had. the same-
Yes, crawling all over me. It was
did too.
horrible.
Only suspicious people would have dreams of spiders.
Well, we
Oh,
just
kind of-
actually interacted with the spider goddess, so
We kind of made her
I told you
mad.
about this.
So, yeah.
Maybe the god is angry at you and controlling you to go kill people.
Oh, great.
Well,
No.
I mean, it's not blood in here, so I
That
mean, the spider god may have gotten us really drunk and made a mess in a room, but that I don't know if we killed anyone just yet. Weren't you with us most of the time?
No, you disappeared for almost an hour.
Which way did
Where
you
did
go?
we go?
I don't know. I stayed in the room like I was supposed to.
Who told you to stay in the room?
Well, the crew did. I'm not supposed to go wandering around. I'm supposed to behave myself so I can go see my grandpa in the capital.
Hey, Mad Bird. We just got rated with 17 viewers.
Hello, thank you.
So, you stayed in the social cabin, and we all left at the same time?
Well, it was at different times, but there were times when none of you were there, and you can't account for that. Now listen, I'm a reasonable guy, innocent until proven guilty, right? That is the rule of law and the law of justice. So, if you can prove your innocence, then I will believe you.
Hold on. I think you mixed that up there. We're supposed to be innocent until you can prove we're guilty.
That's what I
That's what-
meant to
that's-
say. What did I say?
I think that's what you said.
He's 12. I mean, you
We're
know.
supposed to prove our innocence, is what she's saying, but you're not supposed to have to prove.
Whatever.
You're supposed to have to prove
It's
guilt.
all the same. You're still suspects. But I will admit, because I'm getting confused with my own words, that I will need help solving this mystery. Those CAW agents, yeah, I've seen them around and they're not always very good at their jobs. I think we're gonna have to do a bit of investigating on our own. Now,
Starting with this, and Pooper slaps one of the Black Widows into a crunchy mess, and she inspects it. She's an expert on bugs. Is there
that was
anything weird about this?
unnecessarily violent.
I thought you were very aware of its violent nature.
I am very aware of it, which is why I find you all very suspicious. It's a normal Black Widow spider. Like, it's not anything special.
Aren't there Black Widows
We
on it?
mean no one on this island any harm at all. We only came here with the ambassador.
Well, then you're gonna have to help me find the culprit. Otherwise, you guys are the most likely suspects.
I think it would be wise to start. Why would somebody want to kill the ambassador? We wouldn't want to kill the ambassador. We love it here. I want to live here forever.
Well, as
Being able to get a visa would be nice.
as far as I can tell, there are a number of suspects who all have a motive to commit this crime. And he lays out a series of folders of notes. And he says,
Doing our job for us. I like this guy.
first, the conductor. Just for the game, I'm not going to tell you the motives. He's just going to list who he finds suspicious. But, first, the conductor. Seems like a pretty eccentric guy. Then, you guys. With a history of violence and a motive to steal our technology and ruin our peace like humans are known to do. Then, there's the Coup crew and the Union President Kaku, who seems to have been in a nasty mood lately. Then, of course, there's Hugh, who was found over the body. And then the Ka and their leader Crane. Honestly, I think the rest of the passengers don't have much of a reason to commit such a heinous crime, but all these other leads must be pursued.
Wait, you're
And
talking
we will
about Hugh
pursue
Man,
them to the death.
the wooden standee.
He's kind of
Yes,
sus,
of
I'm not gonna
course.
lie.
Yeah.
He's very sus, but he's made of wood.
Listen, we cannot rule out any
But it's
potential-
not alive.
Well,
They're
he seemed
magic,
to
you
move
don't know.
He seemed to move around the car a whole lot.
Okay.
Dude, I saw him drinking earlier too. He got a cup somehow. Don't know how that happened.
And with
Great.
at the start of your investigation, assisted by Lock Kid Detective and your potential suspects, or at least a subset of them, laid out before you, your ward that you were supposed to protect has been murdered, and welcome to the murder on the Kankua Express.
Yes. I'm so
Nice.
happy you decided to do a train murder.
Of course,
It
a
went
train
off
murder.
the kachoo.
It was going so well, and that's how I knew it was going
Oh,
to
yeah.
go horrible.
Yeah,
I
for the
did.
people that just joined us, we were drinking tropical drinks with tropical music, and then here we are.
It's the happiest we've been in a really long time.
Yeah.
So we knew it was going to end badly.
There's no way it was gonna go clean. We know you guys just raided, but I think that's where our DM just left us off on our little mystery cliffhanger.
We have work tomorrow.
Yeah,
We do have work tomorrow,
we have to go to sleep. We're adults. Kinda.
sort of.
Are we though? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like one,
No.
but whatever. Anyway, we'll be back next Sunday. Thanks, Madbird Streams. It's nice to see you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
Bye.
subbing, Zachary. Thanks for everyone following. We love you
Have
all.
a good week.
See you next
Bye.
time.
Join us on Discord.